Right, we're back. Woohoo! Hello, everyone.
Woo.
Well, yeah, welcome to session 63 of our campaign. Yeah, how's everyone doing? Everyone got drinks, ready to crack on with another
Ready to rock
episode?
and roll.
Tasty cup of Earl Grey.
Roxon and roll.
Got myself some lemon cider.
Ooh, nice.
Careful.
Yeah.
Get crunk
Don't
on
get
that.
drunk on stream.
Get crunk on that 4%.
Yeah, don't disrespect the 4% alcohol, man. A couple of those, yeah. On an empty stomach and you're good. Right, okay, so, then, in that case, let's crack on. Unless anyone has anything they want to say before we start. No? Okay, good. Alright, okay, right then. So, last we left off, when we last left our heroes, the Clive Five had made their way to Heaven's Falls, the capital city of the Aarakocra, and within the Frostbleed Peaks. Why is that hard to say? After the figure Ashen had kidnapped Roxanne's sister Aedmir and the region's archdruid Arnax. Upon rushing to Heaven's Falls, the Clive Five, along with some help, carried out a daring rescue mission, discovering Ashen had convinced a large amount of Aarakocra to become some sort of twisted, de-evolved form of terrafolk loyal to Ashen's whim. The Clive Five fought their way to the Sky Tree, where the terrafolk high priest Ardex had brought Aedmir as a hostage. He attempted to remove the heart of the forest at the heart of the massive tree, almost causing it to collapse on all of you, but luckily Morna managed to catch up with Ardex as he flew away and take the stone back and return it, saving the city. And your lives as well. When the party returned to the battle, they found that reinforcements had arrived, a Goliath warband led by Chief Rithsok, which is Roxon's and Aedmir's father. So, as we left off then, Rithsok had agreed to allow the party to retrieve the Sword of Return, the legendary blade capable of defeating Ashen for good, and also agreed to a potential meeting with Ainfir, the priestess of the giants, provided that she's up for doing it, to discover whether Ashen has corrupted them as he did with the Terrafolk. Meanwhile, the warband begins to rise as the night turns into the morning of the 6th day of autumn. What would you like to do?
Right, so are we going to go back with them, or should we just head... Is there anything we need to literally do before we just head straight there?
I think there's anything we need to do.
I don't think so.
I can't think of anything.
Right,
Which one's
Suppose-
closer?
Well, you're sort of like... There's sort of an isosceles triangle going on here. It's the same distance to the Lockgate and Dennis Terrar, really. Even though Dennis Terrar is across mountains, so it's going to be harder to get to.
Let's go to the locked gate.
Oh, yeah,
I find
but,
that more interesting because like
I
stuff.
mean, we're going to need to go there regardless.
Yeah. Can we go there first?
Well, yeah, we go there first while the warband marches.
What
Oh.
was Giro? What were you going to say? I kept hearing you.
Is Arnax around?
Um,
I'm saying we could utilize his kind of mountain paths because I don't particularly want to go through Faldrex.
yeah, he's been spending most of the night working on the waterfall. As you sort of see him working on the water, you notice that it's way less green than it was, and it's less glowing. He turns to you and he says, I think it's going to be done soon. What did you want to ask of me?
We are heading now to the locked gate. Is there any chance we could utilize your rather helpful mountain paths to speed up our journey? I'm sure it would help.
Unfortunately, I'll be using that sort of assistance on this warband as it heads to Dennis Terrar. I think if you were to walk to the Lock's Gate, the difference in time will make it even for both of us. Otherwise, this warband is going to have a lot of trouble getting these mammoths across the mountains.
Very well. Do you have any tips to trek there?
Well, I'm under the impression from Aidmere that you managed to go around Foldrax village on the way to Raventhorpe. Why don't you just do it again on the way back?
That is a good point.
Yeah,
Very
that's-
well.
Well, if I don't see you until you return to Dineth Terra, I wish you speed on your journey.
Thank you very much.
Right, okay, and he goes back to the waterfall.
Arnett,
Oh yeah, he looks up.
you mentioned before you knew what the giants were like, what Enfia was like personally. What
That I do.
tips would you have? What tips would you have to try and make sure they didn't kill us on sight? Like, is there any niceties that we should expect? Do we compliment how tall they are? What do giants enjoy?
The thing to understand about giants is that they have very thin skin. A perceived insult can go very far to ruining a relationship. Most important thing, they have a sense of honor, most of them. And it is understood that if you were to break that sense of honor, they would not want to have anything to do with you. So I would recommend a meeting place away from potential threats, one where they can retreat if need be, one where you can have an open conversation. I would not double-cross them, though, because if that is the quickest way to get them against your side.
Yeah, I personally had no intention of double-crossing an entire kingdom full of giants. I can't really say for anyone else.
It's less of a kingdom per se. There aren't many giants left in these days. The communities that do survive are large for giant communities, but there might only be about 200, 300 giants in Dineth Terra.
Actually, quite upsetting. Oh.
They keep to themselves very often.
Yeah. At least I can say I don't know. I can't really speak for every Goliath that's gonna march over there, but at least I'll try and at least make sure that it doesn't immediately fall into combat and death and destruction and corpses, lots and lots of corpses, a lot of corpses.
You have to understand that there is a rivalry between the Goliaths and giants that you are not likely to understand. It is one thing to suggest different outcomes to the Goliaths, but to involve yourself so deeply into their culture can cause a lot of offense on both sides.
I understand that. It's just
I mean, I'm sure that you wouldn't want a Goliath coming into the Grey Mountains and telling you how to do your business.
I mean, the party has told me how to do my business a fair bit. But,
Yeah.
You didn't say whether you liked it or not.
depends on how they were telling me to do my business. Depends on the instance, really. There have been a lot of instances.
Anyway, I'm sure you understand the point. If you'll leave me back to my finishing up on the waterfall here, I might be able to get some rest before we head off.
Best of luck with that.
Very well. As you're stood by the waterfall, Aidmere comes over. She says, well, were you going to head off today?
That's the plan.
Hmm.
Get a head start.
Just be careful out there. That locked gate is... Well, you know the stories.
We'll be back. We'll make it back.
Good.
You be careful as well.
And she looks at you and she says, well, I intend to be. Maybe after all this is sorted, then, yeah, we can do something.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
She says,
I'll see you when we get back then.
she nods and sort of smirks at Roxanne as she walks off.
God damn it. Oh, come on. Let's go.
As Gira so wisely would put it, what will be, will be. Is that how Gira would put it? Gira, how would you put it?
I think I would use a similar term of phrase.
Okay, so
Mm.
Sarah.
Gira gets it.
So what did you feel like doing?
Oh, I think just head up, maybe get some directions from, like some bit more detailed directions from Arnex or
I mean, we-
Aether, and then head up.
I mean, we did
We
walk here from Ravensthorpe, didn't we?
Yeah, we did ask. To be fair, we did ask Arnex for directions, and he said just go the way you came.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So back to that
Yeah.
would involve going back to Ravensthorpe and then back out.
I think so. I think that'd probably be the quickest, because otherwise we're going to be trekking through mountains.
Yeah.
For what?
Yeah, you're about a day's trek to Ravensthorpe. And then when you're on the road, you'll be moving at full speed.
Cool. Let's do that then.
Okay.
All right.
So sort of during the first sort of streamed lights of dawn, you head down from Heaven's Falls back up the waterfall and across where the mountain springs begin to sort of combine into the large waterfall. You follow the streams up to Ravensthorpe, where you notice that it's under a bit of a skeleton crew of people watching it. There's maybe about 15 guards just sort of manned up on the gates of the sort of like the keep that's in the center of the town. Did you want to stop in Ravensthorpe while you're here, or did you want to just go straight through?
I don't think we have any business there.
If it's like nighttime, then we could stop. But if it's not,
No,
then-
you probably coming across the mountains into Ravensthorpe. You've probably got another few hours of travel.
How is
4 or 5.
everyone doing for potions?
Well, that's fine. I could do
I'm
it.
doing fine.
I could do with some more advanced healing potions.
I've
Yeah.
only got the
Yeah,
one.
tell you what, I could do with some more of those, actually.
I've only got the one potion left, but I don't really have the gold to spare on potions at this stage.
I have the gold to spare.
How much
Spend
gold
it.
do I have? I have a fair bit of gold. How much is
Depends which one you want.
advanced healing
Um,
potion?
Hold on.
You are more than welcome to use my currency. I don't see much use for money.
So normal healing is 50. And you can only get up to greater in Ravensthorpe. They don't have that many good potion masters. They've got one small shop that sells mostly general goods, and they have like a couple of regular potions and a couple of greater ones. And they're selling the greater
How much is great?
250 gold each.
Can I grab?
Yeah,
a
I'll buy
gold
2 of
one?
those.
Oh, there's only 2 available.
There's about 5 available.
Okay, I'm gonna get one.
I would like to.
Okay.
Okay,
I'll
so
get
that-
one then.
Okay, so there's one left if anyone wants one.
Oh, right.
I thought you said there were 5.
Yeah, there's 5. So Gothric said he only wanted one. Morna wanted one,
Oh,
and
right.
Roxanne wanted
If there's one left, I'll take the other one then.
Okay, right. So that's So Gothric 2, Morna 1, and Roxanne 2.
Grimshaw, do you have enough means at your disposal to heal yourself?
Well, I mean, I have one basic one. Might perhaps. I have got. I'll pick up. I'll pick up one more. They don't go a long way. So, but it would be good for me to just have something to pick people back up if they do drop.
It's like a Red Bull.
Yeah, so I'll just purchase one standard healing potion.
Okay. Yeah, the this shop is pretty much just like a sort of old Goliath who's like lost a hand in some war. He's decided to retire in a little hut and just brews potions and collects leaves and stuff. He seems to know what he's talking about a little bit when he sort of says, "Oh yeah, this potion's good for this sort of ailment, and this is good for this one." But then but then it does make it becomes quite clear that he's waffling a little bit after a while. But if there's nothing else in Raventhorpe that you would want to do, the road is clear for you to begin to head off. You're going to have to camp on the road tonight.
That's cool.
Can we not just camp slightly off?
Oh yeah, I mean, I bet like it's mostly fields around this area. It's like rolling hills with fields on them, so there's not really any like large scale forests on this road.
Can I use like I mean, theoretically, I might use like stone shape and like push it off to. I've still got one charge. I don't know, just like build a little facing the road if we go on the other side. So it's
Yeah,
like
that's
almost
okay.
Trying to, like,
I mean, there's
a bit.
oh yeah, no, it's like a rocky highlands. Like there's going to be plenty of boulders and little caves to hide in for shelter. But if you're like lighting a campfire, for example, it might be able to be seen for miles around. So.
Okay.
So you can absolutely find somewhere quite hidden to hide. It's just that like you might be a bit uncomfortable, especially if it gets a bit colder and you want to be hidden and not light a campfire.
I'm just thinking if there's anything I can do. I mean, does any of my priest stuff potentially kind of replace the fire, the heat of it? But probably not. Okay.
We'll just all cuddle together,
Yeah.
apart from
Um,
Scrimshaw, because he doesn't make heat. Do you make heat? Do you have?
I want to hug Scrimshaw regardless. He's precious. He's lovely.
I don't know. See for yourself. I should like pull the collar down a bit to expose the neck of.
Is it cold?
It's
No, it's an ankle.
yeah, it's like a table leg.
Okay.
It's table.
How did you get so varnished, Scrimshaw?
Oh, it's like moisturizer.
Yeah.
So just get a little bottle, rub it on. Treat yourself.
Okay, so this night you find a sort of rocky outcropping, sort of just off the road, with a good view of the road ahead. These highlands are beautiful. You can see for miles around. You occasionally come across the like a band of like wild horses or cows that occasionally like walk up to your campsite, and like during the night. As you begin to start settling down for the night,
the horses an apple.
yeah, there's a couple of there's like a bunch of horses that come over and cows. Yeah, one of the horses takes the apple and eats it, and then like a few more horses come round expecting apples.
Oh, fuck. Okay. I give like two or three more out, and then just.
You hear a bit of shouting, and you hear "Stop feeding my fucking horses!" as this like sort of like farmer comes over and just like corrals the horses away. So what are you doing here, feeding my horses? And he like harumphs and just walks off in the distance.
If I
Yes,
had
maybe we
horses, I'd.
Camp in the next field
I'd
over.
want- I would want strangers to feed my horse. It's a lovely gesture. Fucking asshole.
Cheaper too, right?
Exactly. I'm saving him money on extra apples.
I wonder
It's
how
fine.
Five's doing. Speaking of horses, we should pop in and see how he's doing after this.
Could always. Can Gira, can you scry on a horse?
Not a horse he's never met.
What a bizarre question to ask, Scrimshaw.
Of course I can.
Why in Titus's name would we be wanting to scry on a horse?
Well, just to see how he is.
Oh,
A
very well.
lovely horse.
Can I try it?
You can try it, yeah.
You've never met
Do
him,
I,
though.
do I have the slot?
Yeah,
Garrett.
Garrett- Oh no, you
don't
go.
have the slot, sorry.
Yeah, you don't have the slot. No, you have long rest. Yeah, you've long rested.
Okay, go on then. Alright, yeah.
Go on, use a spell slot to Try on a horse.
Sure, we're about to go to sleep, so it doesn't matter. It's fine.
That's what you think.
Right, I just need to do a save. All right, no, Clive didn't succeed. Clive didn't succeed. So, as you settle down for the night, you close your eyes and allow the tempest, the forces of nature, to sort of guide you through the various webways of elemental power. And you see a little stable which has been, neatly made. A few flower beds arranged outside. You see inside the stables themselves, Clive is just sort of resting by a trough of water. You notice there's another horse that is inside the stable with Clive. A sort of a bigger one, younger, dark. You can't quite make out the sex, but they both seem to be keeping their own distance from each other. Just Clive seems happy enough, just sort of occasionally chewing on some oats. That's it.
Nice.
Do you
I
want to
ship
hear
it.
what I saw?
Yes, every word in vivid detail.
I apologize, it's particularly droll. And Gira just kind of recounts it briefly, and then goes to kind of sit on like a rock and kind of closes his eyes and meditates for a bit.
Wonder who the other horse would be.
Might be Halcyon's. Maybe she's treated herself to a horse.
Maybe.
She better not
Wonder
be
if there's
planning
gonna
to
be
trade
a-
Clive in.
Wonder if there'll be a Clive Jr. on the cards.
Oh, he's quite old.
He is very old. Yeah, he's a very old horse.
And
Surprised he's still around, actually.
Oh, when
considering
you get
every
old,
other
you stop
thing
being
that's
able to have
happened.
babies.
not. If the books that I read are correct, that doesn't really apply to the men, right?
Yeah, it does.
Make a nature check, one of you. Or both of you, I guess.
Then.
This is determining the canon of horses in this world. All right. I think it's safe to say that neither of you are quite sure at this point.
Hang on.
God damn it.
You're not sure either.
No one's sure. We should ask Clive when we next see him.
Yeah, Garrick, you can send a message.
Gira is silent.
Well, I mean, I suppose if you cast speak with animals and then cast scrying, are you able to speak with a horse? Not scrying, sorry. Message sending. Are you able to speak with an animal via sending?
I think
It-
Clive would become incredibly confused.
Doesn't it say it understands your message even if it doesn't speak English or something?
I think so.
Let's have a look. Let's have a read.
Let's have a look.
My God.
This is kind of.
This is very important.
Yeah, it enables creatures with intelligence scores of at least 1 to understand the meaning of your message.
Oh no.
I thought so.
This is gonna get a lot worse now.
Will Clive know how to send a message back?
No, because it's no. Just to understand. You might get a nay out of it.
Can answer in a like manner immediately.
Oh god.
Yeah, I would say you'd
It
probably
enables
get a
them
nay.
to understand your message, but it doesn't enable you to understand theirs.
Yeah.
So you are going to have to cast Speak with Animals.
Yeah, I don't have that. Sorry, friend.
You can't cast
think-
you can't cast sending and speak with animals at the same time anyway, I don't think. Can you? Is it an action sending or a concentration?
Yeah,
Send
no,
an
it's
action.
it's an action. Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go.
I mean,
Yeah.
isn't speak with animals like a duration thing anyway?
Yeah. Do you? Oh, yeah. Anyway, it's your choice what you want to do.
I tell you what Gira is going to do actually. The last night while we were traveling, I felt a very strange feeling come upon me. It was as if the storm was imparting more of its knowledge and power to our cause. If we may, oh no, I won't, because I don't have a gem encrusted bowl worth at least 1,000 GP, which the spell consumes. Ignore me. But I do have access to some new spells. Some of them you might find, on my own reflection, rather useful.
What does this do?
Well, when was the last time we had a good meal?
Define good.
Like
Uh,
yesterday when we had that feast.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a
I
good
mean,
point.
I mean, never for myself,
Well,
Yeah, because you.
unless you count tilestones.
No,
Well,
no, no.
maybe it would be a magnificent tilestone.
Very tasty
So,
Talstone.
are you saying that you're able to produce a feast worthy of heroes? Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
It's basically WoW raid food. Let's be serious. Like,
Yeah, it's, but no, it gives you a hit point maximum increase. Immune makes all wisdom saving throws with advantage. And lasts 24 hours. So it could be useful. But it costs 1,000 GP, like a gem encrusted bowl, which is pretty crazy.
To consume that.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, that's an expensive feast.
yeah, it'd be kind of OP
Yeah,
if it
it's-
didn't, because you just every day you'd have
Yeah.
a really powerful buff on all your party. So
As long as you have your 6th level spell at the end of the
Yeah.
previous night.
yeah, I mean it's basically just designed so that if you're going into a boss fight, you can use it before. But yeah, I mean Gary, you have the opportunity to, if you want, trek back to Raventhorpe. Or if you want, if you have 1,000, if you have 1,000 gold pieces, I can just say you picked it up while you're in Raventhorpe because
I do. I'm just thinking if the value would be. Yeah, go on then. Let's do it.
okay, so you do have a good so you do have it. That's
Yeah, but I'm just knocking it down.
cool. Okay, because you camp just outside Raventhorpe, really. So
That's cool.
Okay,
So,
I assume we're not having that feast tonight, though, right?
when are we due, do you reckon, at the lock gate?
you'll be able to get to the lock gate probably by the end of tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah. So
Okay.
after a day's worth traveling.
Maybe if you have it tomorrow before we enter the locked gate.
Well, my only concern then is I'd lose my sixth level slot.
Ah.
Well, it'll be the
I think it's
tomorrow
fine.
night.
It would
So
Are
run
we
out.
expecting
You
to
sleep outside the lock gate again.
do a lot of
And-
battles and such in the locked gate? I
Well,
thought we were
I
kind of
don't-
exploring it.
I mean,
If
people
we're going
go
to the
in and they don't come
afterlife-
out, so things kill them, right?
Or maybe they just get torn apart by vicious magic and we're all just going to walk in there and just instantly crumble to dust.
Ooh.
Well, we'll find out when we get there.
Hmm.
Maybe we just end up walking into the afterlife. And they're stuck there forever.
Well, or your
Hopefully not that.
view of an afterlife, which in Scrimshaw's case doesn't sound very fun because it's nothing.
It's absolutely nothing. I think I'd rather go to the burning hells and be tortured forever than just live in Scrimshaw's afterlife, which is just non-existent.
Ah, aren't you nice?
I'm going to eat in the halls with my ancestors.
Oh, sounds great.
It looks like I'm gonna be part of a burning totem pole. That's pleasant.
Hey, if it helps, Scrimshaw, I'll try and bring you along. Just hold on very tightly.
Yeah, I
Thanks.
mean, I'll just experience the gentle embrace and caress of my god.
Caress never not sounds weird. It. Never say caress again.
Those are all the things I've done for her, yeah. So that's the plan for me. And, you guys too, you just don't know it yet.
Now I'm gonna be part of a burning totem pole.
No. I'm going to be eating with my ancestors. That's foretold.
Cool.
My face will be on a totem pole, perpetually screaming while every now and then being on fire and not on fire. Constantly.
I think
For
I
all
had
eternity.
I think I had a nightmare like that once.
It's lovely.
If your Roxanne, if your afterlife involves just perpetually eating, then would you not get really fat?
Oh no, eating, battle, you know, you can't die there, so, you know, it's great.
So you just become an
Immortal killing machine.
You become an obscenely overweight, but you
Wouldn't
can
that
never
get-
explode.
That's where Naparibos come from.
No, because you
Wait.
work it all off through battle.
Wouldn't you just get really bored of battle if no one can die?
Well, no, because you die, but then you come back the next day.
Oh, right.
So you're not actually dead, as such.
So
So-
you're
you
suffering
also
the pain
are
of death over and over
there's
and over and
there's
over and
no
over
pain.
again.
There's no pain. It's fine.
Hmm.
There's no pain. It's all great fun.
It sounds horrible.
Well,
About as horrible as all these
I don't-
other
I
afterlives,
don't
really.
know. Yours definitely sounds the worst.
Yeah, no, Scrimshaw
Other than maybe
sounds the worst.
Scrimshaw's. Actually, I think Scrimshaw's might be the worst. It's just nothing. It's just nothing.
Thanks.
I really don't want to be you. That's
Yeah.
that really.
Yeah, it's horrible. You have a terrible eternity.
You really,
winter.
really want to
You
focus on not
poor-
dying.
Garrett, did you have? I don't suppose you have any spells to cure existential crises.
Well, some
Well-
say that the best way
I
to
have the
cure
best cure for that. Come
anything-
here. And
Surely
give
it's
you a
not an
big
existential
hug.
crisis if you can't die.
But he can die. He
I
has
have
died. He just
Oh,
doesn't
that's
go
true.
anywhere.
Or maybe that means that your soul can't die.
I mean,
This is very problematic for me.
but he has a little girl's soul, so shouldn't he be seeing the little girl's afterlife?
Half of one.
Maybe that's why you don't see anything, because you're not a full soul.
Yeah, maybe you need the other half, and when you both
Maybe.
die,
Oh. You need to go and kill a little girl.
Well, that is what
That's
was-
not how that works.
Ooh, wait, you make it sound like just any little. Skip that part.
don't look at
Um,
me. I'm in my 20s.
Just look over at Gothric. It's like, yeah, not that's not kill children. Look, Gothric.
You're young compared to.
Oh
You're young
no,
compared
if
to-
I've killed any children.
I
Yeah,
thought
just
you
by
did.
chance. Um, the what was I about to say? Oh God, that's throwing me off. Oh, it was mentioned in that paperwork we found that at some point I don't think it said exactly when, but after some pre-agreed amount of time, myself and the other half would have to be reunited.
Right.
What the fuck does that mean? Does that mean your soul's going to be torn out of your body and you're just going to die horribly?
Could it happen any second? Like, could it happen in 3, 2,
Two,
1?
Stop going down. Stop going down. Honestly, I don't know. This is kind of uncharted territory.
That must be kind of weird, like thinking you could die any second.
I mean, we
So
that's
can
Same
you-
with all of us.
Have you heard of
that
an
is
aneurysm?
very true.
No,
But
I'm fine. I feel great. Joking.
well, this has been a pleasant chat before we go to sleep. Good night, everybody.
Hope you all wake up.
Yay!
Are we gonna do watches, or are we all just gonna lay half asleep but having an existential crisis?
No, at least you guys, when you have an existential crisis, you can go to sleep.
Oh,
I have to be awake all night thinking about it.
sucks to be you.
Don't worry, Scrimshaw. I'll make sure your soul goes to the afterlife.
I've forgotten how
That's
to.
thought he
like my
didn't
whole
have
thing.
one.
No, don't worry. We'll sort something out.
You'll have to steal a soul from a little girl.
I mean, only if she's not using it, I suppose.
We do have a few little girls back at the temp. No,
If you steal the soul from the little girl, will you become a little girl? Will you start talking like a little girl?
I mean, he already has half the soul of a little girl, and he doesn't sound at all like a little girl right now.
He acts like a little girl sometimes.
That is true.
Scrimshaw,
Wow.
seeing as we're going to be up thinking anyway, do you want to take the first watch?
Sure.
Great. I'm going to go to bed.
Night, everybody.
Well, maybe in the morning,
Night.
maybe when it's my watch night.
Right.
Good
In fact, I'm
night,
gonna
everyone.
take first watch with Scrimshaw, and I'm just gonna be constantly rattling out all these existential questions at him the whole time before I go to sleep.
All right. Okay. So everyone goes to bed except for you and Scrimshaw, right?
think so.
Okay.
Sounds like it.
Okay. Cool. So, yeah. Can you make a perception check, both of you, or one of you with advantage? It's your choice.
Who's got the
I
highest
already
perception?
have advantage. Sorry, I just knew what Richard was going to say.
I have a +6 to perception.
Oh,
Yeah. Scrimshaw already has
Yes, we
an
do.
advantage, so you might as well do one as well.
Hang on. I did click it. Oh, there we go. 16.
Okay. So you two, is there anything you wanted to talk about?
Yes. I have something to give back. I'm gonna pull out the gun that was given previously. I have been trying my best, but for the life of me, I just cannot get to grips with this.
Oh,
I-
Frick kind of sniffs, and he
Yeah,
chokes
that's
back
right.
a sob. And he just kind of takes it.
I'm sorry. I really do appreciate the gift, but I don't know. I like normally with most thing like with my sword, with Avenger, I can just swing and kind of use my feelings, I guess, to try and get it where it needs to go.
You kill
But-
them with feelings.
Sort of.
Hmm.
I don't. I don't know. It's a weird sensation.
So are you technically killing someone with kindness when you stab them?
Maybe.
That is
Um,
really cool.
But yeah, for whatever reason, I just cannot get that to work with the pistol.
Well,
I'm afraid it would be just very ineffective. I still can use the longbow.
now I have another
Yeah.
pistol, I guess.
I mean, less reloading.
I have a couple of questions for you, actually.
Oh.
What?
Oh, hang on.
First
Billy,
of
Billy,
all-
drop it. No.
Where did that dog come from?
Oh,
How
shit,
do you know
Billy.
its
Oh,
name?
fuck. Oh no! Don't fall! Don't
What's
fall!
happened? Okay, fine.
He's been eating the tassels from my hoodie.
Oh,
The
Right.
string, the drawstrings.
That's where I
Drawstrings,
thought
not
that
tassels.
sentence was gonna go.
The tassels.
And then
Sound
he
of a
slipped
tassel.
between my legs and began to fall.
Are you wearing some sort of like Mexican cowboy jacket or something?
No, I'm actually just wearing one of those like the bra with the tassels and the nipples
Oh, yeah,
that spin
yeah.
round.
Yeah, I can imagine you in that.
Anyway, sorry, Gothric. What was it? What was it you wanted to ask? Before that badger jumped on my lap and grabbed my coat.
Yes, your coat. Right. First of all, what do you make of the whole situation currently with Ashen and the Giants? What do you think? Do you think he is controlling them?
Well, I mean, at face value, it kind of seems that way. There's often more to these things than it seems at first. But yes, I mean, given what we've seen with him corrupting Ardex and the circles, that doesn't like I am no expert on giants, but that doesn't seem like the kind of thing the giants would do by themselves. And for that's the storm, that kind of magic.
Maybe the
may-
storm
maybe-
is a way to try and combat Ashen. What if they have their own magical sword and they need to venture through this stormy portal to get it?
Then I think the Goliaths would probably recognize it if it was defenses that they had before.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't get the impression that the giants are particularly magical in nature. I mean, if you were that size, then you wouldn't really need to be.
Honestly,
sling a-
I
why
wouldn't
sling a
put it past
fireball?
anything at this point.
Why sling a fireball if you can swing an axe the size of a house?
That is a fair assessment. But Arnax mentioned a priestess. Usually, in my experiences, priests and priestesses wield some form of magic. Especially a
perhaps.
high priestess.
Perhaps, though, that one doesn't necessarily mean that as a society they're particularly magical. I mean, pretty much every somewhat intelligent society has religion these days.
It's just Ashen's threat is towards just about anybody, really. And
Yes, but I don't put it past him to be able to manipulate people into not seeing that same way.
that's not what I mean. Is it seems like the Goliath Horde is very keen to go to war, just based off of not even facts at this rate. If everyone's too focused on killing each other, then what happens if we all lay each other to waste and no one can stop Ashen?
Yeah, I mean, it's entirely possible the war is the war would be some kind of distraction for Ashen. It's all part of his plan.
In our experience with Pietra, that was exactly what the plan was. Use the war as a distraction and use souls to harvest to create some kind of apocalypse armor machine thing. And
Yeah. Oh,
So-
speaking of, that reminds me. Speaking of people with powerful artifacts, did we ever even look for the element, the lodestone of Earth in Carnea?
I don't think we did.
Because that was probably around, right? Oh, bollocks! I think. Oh no, I think that was probably what Badran took. Remember, Badran swooped
Wait.
in, took something, and
Wait.
then flew away.
But
Oh. Yeah.
but why?
So bad.
If Badran took it, and he was smarter than all the other Death Knights, why would he be smarter than all the other Death Knights?
I mean, he might have not been there at the time that it was turned to stone. He may have been somehow immune to its effects. I don't know.
But he was different. None of it makes sense. Why would he specifically be the only one untouched by all that? Just
I don't
him.
know.
The
I mean, he was
only
on the
citizen-
dragon. If he's on
Yeah.
the Dracolich thing, that skeletal dragon, perhaps he was in the clouds, out of reach. Maybe he knew of the plan. Maybe he got out of range.
Or maybe Ashen helped him.
He may have just not been in Carnea at the time. He can certainly travel faster than we can on that thing. I mean, I doubt
Yes.
it needs to sleep, right?
It's just if he did take that lodestone, my first thought would be he'd be taking it to Ashen. Something like that.
Do we have any connection between him and Ashen?
No, but, you know, as you mentioned before, if Ashen has a way of manipulating people, we've seen it with Roxanne's cousin. I killed Badran and took the united orc tribes away from him, and he swore vengeance on me. Ashen could easily have said, hey, if you get me this stone you know nothing about, I can help you get revenge.
Perhaps.
I mean, Ashen does seem to be after the lodestone, so I assume he'd know where it was in Carnea.
Maybe.
What other reason would Badran have to take it?
I think maybe we should bring this up to the group tomorrow.
Hmm.
Gothra, you remember from a conversation with Merith when you went and visited her, she said that the elemental lodestone that Naruzatar had was actually taken from the Grey Mountains by Badran in the first
Oh.
place.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Badran took that stone from the Grey Mountains.
So we definitely know of its existence.
He knew of its existence.
This seems pretty likely. I mean, what else would he have been there for? But yeah, I think we should bring this up with the group tomorrow.
Also, you remember that when you went and saw what you went and saw when Badran took the thing was two boxes. One was a box that seemed to have something quite small taken from it, and then there was something else that was also taken, which was quite long and maybe about 6 feet. Maybe about 3 feet long. So yeah, like you saw Badran had taken at least two things. So.
I really don't like this. Coincidences tend not to happen.
Well, I mean, what's scarier? The notion that there is one overarching threat that ties everything together and can be swiftly dealt with if you cut the head off, or 100 different things going on that any one of which could be catastrophic.
I know Badran. Even if we did manage to kill Ashen, he would still be out there. He'd still be doing everything in his power. He'd find someone worse than Ashen, if there is.
Perhaps.
Badran is. The only good thing, well, one of the only good things I'd say about Ashen, other than the fact that he did somehow manage to unite my people, and I have some form of begrudging respect for him for that.
Huh. But you mean Badran?
Badran.
Right.
He united them in the first place.
Right, okay, yeah, you said Ashen.
Well,
So I was
Badran
confused, but
is
yeah,
what I mean.
Badran, okay, yes.
And, he's also very determined. I mean, who else would you know their ghost after you stab them a whole bunch and they shoot disintegrating eye beams at you? How many of them do you know, like, the ghost comes out, screams that they'll have revenge at you, and then disappears and then rises as the Death Knight to an evil lich that they then betray?
I mean, that's a very specific story. It would be weird.
That is very true. But you get what I mean.
Yeah.
He's a very determined motherfucker. More determined than most people we've murdered. I'd say a firm 99% of the people we've murdered have not risen from the grave and tried to kill us.
Yeah, I mean, most of the people that I've killed have risen from the grave because of me, and only temporarily though. So it's not.
Yeah, I mean specifically risen from the grave to kill us.
Yes. I guess Marith. You know, we killed her a couple of times.
Yeah, that's true. Hmm.
Perhaps next time we kill Badran, Mona can do her coin thing.
Maybe when we killed Marith said that if we remove those spikes attached to him, that should end him. Hopefully for good. And if it does, or if it doesn't, then we will just bind him, find a way to open a rift to another dimension that he will never be able to escape from, and imprison him there. Marith will know a way to do that. She's smart. She knows about places where you can imprison someone forever and they'll be tortured. Marith seems like the kind of person to know that kind of magic. We'll ask Marith.
Possibly. Or Erin, if she
Or
returns
Erin.
from if she returns from her holiday anytime soon.
If she doesn't, by the time we finish off Badran and he's bound, we'll ask Marith. If she's also around. She also said she wanted a vacation.
she also said that currently her fate was being decided as well by Wolfram.
Yeah. If she survives, or isn't imprisoned for longer, she might have a vacation.
Okay, so you two spend the rest of the night looking out. You don't see that much traffic on the road. Not really much happens. The occasional cow strays a bit close and then turns around, and you hear the cowbell going ding, ding, ding as it sort of trots off. But yeah, your watch goes on fine. Nothing particular happens. Who is next on the watch list?
Me.
I'll go
I
as
want
well.
to do it. Oh.
Okay.
I assume we'll just do the one roll.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okie dokie.
Ah, brilliant.
Oh, what?
2 twos.
Okay, so what did you want to talk about? Or did you have anything you wanted to talk about particularly?
Nothing much.
Oh.
Maybe we'll talk about Aidmere a bit.
No.
Nothing like a lot. A lot? No, nothing. I can't think of the word. But
Okay.
like,
Obscene.
not very exciting chatter.
Well, we can talk. How about this? How do you feel about current events?
Yeah, fine. I think going into the Lockgate's going to be interesting since so much of my upbringing has been about the afterlife and so on. So it'll be interesting to see whose soul was there for me, or who I see, who recognizes as being dead or killed by me is interesting.
Yes. It's interesting that we all see a different figure in there, and it's not just one.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's what we want. But that wouldn't explain why Scrimshaw sees nothing.
Yeah.
Unless Scrimshaw doesn't want anything.
I don't know what he wants really. Does he? Does anyone know who's lived?
I do forget he is actually awake.
Yeah, but I assume he's like out a bit further away, right? I don't know. He won't interrupt us
Don't
anyway.
mind me. I'm used to it.
He just has to
I don't
pretend,
listen to all your conversations.
he just has to pretend he can't hear.
We'll put some earmuffs on him or something.
He's like Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy. He just has to sit there. If he stands completely still, he's invisible.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
see posing.
Aidmere seems nice.
Anyway.
You say you're twins, or she's you're twins? Wow. So you're exactly the same age, or who's older?
No. Well, Whitney is.
Right.
We kind of, yeah. But I'm looking forward to the upcoming conflict with the giants.
I thought, yeah.
Yes. Gothric doesn't understand the politics of Goliaths and giants.
Is it
But-
similar to orcs and humans?
He
Because they
seems
had a
to
bit
have-
of a.
He seems to have found a balance. We won't find a balance here.
That's fair. I mean, they are a lot heavier.
Ugh. That was awful. Quick though, but awful.
I'm quite well known for my quickness.
I wonder what's going to happen now that my cousin's been killed by my father. How long it will take for Relden to find out.
Well, we could always just pop by and give them the news.
I wouldn't recommend that. It'll probably end up with heads rolling.
in the good way.
Probably not ours. Probably ours, rather. Well, I'll pass on seeing my
fine.
uncle for now. He's not exactly a very nice person. He's very, very big.
I'm sure he. Wait, how big?
Taller than me.
How tall would that be?
Don't know.
Just curious.
I don't know in your human measurements.
Okay, so like, would you say
Right.
he's like a foot or half foot taller? Like, look up your foot and imagine that on top of your head.
Also, just looks at his foot.
It's very,
One
Maybe.
very small foot.
Maybe a foot. Yeah, I don't know.
Cool,
He's quite something.
but he's not very nice. That's a shame.
No.
Well, yeah. I'm
Uh,
just,
But yes, I think war is unavoidable at this point, I'm afraid.
well, we've been in a few wars.
Well, you're about to be in another one.
Great. Oh,
I'm
I'm
hope-
looking forward to it.
I'm hoping they'll wait for us before starting.
Yeah. I don't know. See, battle's not really my forte. I'm usually go around the side and You know.
I've noticed, yes.
yeah. But I don't mind. I
It's
can
fine.
give it my best shot.
Well, it'll probably not be fought in that way anyway. Or at least that won't be our rule.
Mm.
But that'll be for a later time. Now we need to focus on getting to that locked gate.
Yeah.
And hopefully not just walking in and dying instantaneously.
I'm a bit worried about that, but also I think I'm very interested.
Well, it's a very real possibility that we just walk in and die.
Should we send we should send Gira in there first because he's the oldest, right? Oh, actually,
Scrimshaw is
Yeah.
technically the oldest, and
Yeah.
if he dies, nothing really happens apparently. So let's send him in, I guess. I just look over and smile at him and wave.
cool.
But yeah, let's focus on the lock gate for now, and not my sister either.
Okay, so your watch comes to an end. You've been too involved in conversation really to keep an eye out, but as your watch ends and you wake up Gira for his watch, you notice nothing has really happened throughout the whole night. Or if it had, you haven't noticed it. So, Gira, is there anything you wanted to do on your watch? Particularly?
We can do a cheeky commune.
Oh, a commune. Okay, yeah.
Cheeky commune.
Okay, so just give me a perception check first as well.
Yeah. While he's just floating in some strange state, he just gets shanked and everyone dies.
Cool.
Sorry, perception.
Shanked.
Sorry.
Yep. Okay. So you meditate. You close your eyes, as the stillness of the night sky dawns on you. You occasionally hear the occasional bird sort of nesting in trees around, or the clanging and of the cowbells of the horses, sort of just down in the valley. And then your awareness shifts, and you are back on top of the mountain, with the storm, the tempest raging around you. It's calm, it's still at the eye of the storm, but you see as you're looking out into it, into the sort of spiraling depths that it goes to, you sort of hypnotize yourself into a bit of a trance and feel like you've sort of gained the attention of something, of some sort of watching eye. Is there anything you wanted to ask it?
There genuinely wasn't anything. I think Gira kind of just wanted to be near, and kind of observe it, for a bit, and then if a question came to mind, he'd raise. I don't know if there's any kind of like any kind of weird, like, not weird, that's the wrong word, just like anything different.
Make a perception check.
Okay.
It's really hard to make out because you're in a sort of dreamlike state, so your perceptions are more sort of focused inwardly than outwardly necessarily. It's almost like you're sort of observing from outside of like a glass pane or something that's quite dusty. But you see within occasional little flashes and glimmers to different places. You occasionally see sort of like rolling fields or large white plains of snow. You see all sorts of strange buildings that you don't quite recognize, from different cultures, different places, maybe even different worlds, you're not sure. But there's one thing that seems to link them all, and that is after every little tiny bit of vision that you might get through, there's always this linking back, it seems, to a time that you faintly recognize. You're not sure when it was, or whether it's now or a long time ago or in the future, but there is this sort of sense of home that you get as you look into the storm. You do notice, though, after a while, that your sense of being watched is being sort of going up higher and higher, and you're sort of becoming quite unnerved with the fact that you are sitting here almost inviting in the presence of something that is quite big and quite unknowable. And every minute that you sort of, well, every sort of like few seconds that you spend looking, more and more eyes begin seemingly to lock onto you. Is there anything that's come to your mind for questions? Otherwise, the spell is going to end.
No, that's fine. There was one. This path seems futile. You need to reassure me that I am on the right road. Decisions have been made, and I must ensure that it adheres to your great plan.
Okay. Did you want to form that into a question? Or?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it was kind of like a general statement about like reassuring him that he's on the right path.
Yeah. You get a sort of quite warm feeling overcome you. A feeling of returning, or sort of almost finishing your story, and if the sense that comes to you is that yes, you're absolutely on the right path.
Okay. I have noticed an absence of one particular elemental lodestone, the elemental lodestone of air. Am I to presume that part of your design involves me and this, and perhaps one of these stones?
Yes, is the answer to that one, quite clearly. there's like a sort of boom of thunder and sort of like a big sense of just sheer like absolutely yes.
I see. And will this torment be over if I achieve this mission?
Again, even doubly so. You almost feel like 100, 1,000, maybe 2,000 sort of like eyes all on you, peering through the storm itself. You have this like empathic just sense of yes, help us.
Very well. I will see it done in the best of my ability.
Okay. As you say that, the storm clears up, and you're back on the rocky hillside, camping with your friends.
We've all been killed.
Ashen is there, bloody dagger in hand.
There's Batran, there's Ashen,
Yeah.
Pietro's back.
Yeah, Naruzatar's there.
Naruzatar's chilling.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
just kind of... Sorry, go on.
No, go ahead.
He just kind of looks out over the, as you said, the really beautiful landscape, which is now dark, obviously, and just kind of like looks kind of at the mountains and hears the thunder on far.
Yeah,
stands for a moment.
there's
Go on.
like the moon is out, so it's cast this sort of like silvery glow of the hillside.
Yeah. He kind of holds it for a while and then kind of does this larger kind of this grunt and this kind of almost this kind of defeatist shrug, and then turns to finish his watch.
Okay, so the morning comes, and Gira, you wake up everyone as bright and early, ready for the road ahead. You see a couple of carts on the road down below you, just carrying sort of things from various villages around and between Faldrax and Raventhorpe. But yeah, the road is yours. What would you like to do? Just head straight off, or
Head straight off.
Yeah.
okay? So you make your way on the road. It's a clear day. You are beginning to feel the sort of first biting frosts of autumn as you see the clouds aren't really here now, except for in the distance where you see Dinas Tara shooting up into the sky with the storm around it. From where you are, there's no clouds really. It's very cold. The wind is blowing past you. But the roads are fairly clear, and as you come up to Faldrax village, there doesn't seem to be many people coming in or out of the town. You can just sort of effortlessly just bypass it. So no worries. Is there anything you wanted to do or talk about on the road before you get to the lock gate?
No.
Oh, by the way, Godric and I were talking last night. We think Baldran probably has the element, the lodestone of Earth.
Oh,
I'm more than certain he has it.
oh,
Even you.
Oh,
He's the one that brought it to Naruzatar in the first place.
how did he get it?
From the it was in the Grey Mountains.
Oh,
Yeah, do you remember when he broke in to Naruzatar's castle? And,
yeah, I remember. I mean,
Yeah, that whole thing.
right. Well, that makes a lot of sense. How did you know that? How did you know it came from the Grey Mountains? Surely you would have known you had a lodestone.
I didn't spend much time around where it would have been kept. I imagine that would have been kept by the shamans and the druids and the priests of
So,
the Grey Mountains.
If you remember,
I wasn't a very spiritual person.
yeah, Gothric, if you remember, Merith said that the elemental lodestone of Earth was found at the heart of the Grey Mountains, which was the land of living stone that you passed through on the way to Oravisi in the first place.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
The
where that
land
was
of
kept.
living stone. That's where it was. Is that where we fought all those elementals?
That's where you fought all those elementals. Yes.
didn't we just run away from
Yes.
them?
Well, yeah.
That's the point, actually. The thing that was in the tree, that's not a lodestone too, is it?
Yeah, it looked like a lodestone.
Oh, for fuck's sake. We're gonna have to go back to the evil tree again.
No. We need the lodestone to stay in the tree.
Otherwise, the tree
Right.
collapses.
Otherwise, it will collapse. Remember what happened
Oh,
last
I
time?
thought you meant the evil whispering tree in Scrimshaw's tower.
Oh no.
No,
You know the
no,
big,
no.
the lodestone which I went to get and brought back and saved everyone's lives. That
Yeah,
one.
that one.
Wait,
That one.
no. The one in Heaven's Falls.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Wait. Oh, sorry. Yes. Of course. Sorry.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I'm-
You guys were preoccupied, so
I
you
just
probably don't
look at
remember.
Roxanne. I'm very old, so my memory not what it used to be.
I've fallen and I can't get
Some,
up.
some would say so old that I'm oh, what's the word? Disposable,
Oh.
No, not at all.
I wouldn't say you're
obsolete,
No,
disposable.
not
What did you
disposable.
say?
I
useful
said
as
nothing.
bait,
No, not bait. We
sacrificial
just
plank.
we just sent you in. I was just thinking we sent
well,
you in.
we were just thinking that maybe
first,
the oldest one of us, the one that, well, not necessarily the oldest, but the one that has the least life left to live, judging by their race. Sorry, I don't want to really. I know I shouldn't really bring race into this, but maybe the one with the least life left to live could be the first person to go into the locked gate. Just so we know that.
Brave words from a human.
Yeah, well,
He
I
has got
know.
a point there.
He does have a point there. I mean, technically, shouldn't I be going through that? Because half-orc lifespan is actually much less than human lifespan.
No,
We
no,
were
no.
just
I
at the age of
think
14.
I think the three of you are pretty similar, actually, right? Goliaths, orcs, Goliaths, half orcs, and
I thought we
humans,
have
like-
shorter lifespans because we mature at the age of 14.
Yeah. Well, it's more with thinking the people who are closer to the end of their life maybe would be their
You
natural
don't
life.
know when we're going to die.
I know, natural life.
Well,
Go in
well,
first. This is
I mean-
just what
look, we all
Roxanne said.
know. Look, we all know who that would be, but frankly, that would be a terrible idea, given that is also the person that can bring people back to
I
life.
know. This is why we were just discussing it. We were just talking about it, and obviously we came to the conclusion that that was a terrible idea and we shouldn't do that.
Yeah, we all agreed we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Look, if you think that there's something that might just kill someone if they go in, and you want me to go in ahead, then just ask me. I might do it depending on the circumstances.
Do you want to go in first?
I am the hardest to get to their my organ. If I don't have organs, but if I did, they'd be the hardest to get to.
Okay. Well, do you want to go in first?
Not. I don't. I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
I will go.
Should we just
Oh,
cross
no,
straws?
please,
Oh, no.
please,
I
Dira,
think
please
we all
no.
decided that it
No,
was worse
Dira.
to go
Dira.
first.
You are the
No.
one to protect.
If I may
Yeah.
interject, I will be very well protected. The storm will ensure my passage.
Oh, I see. He's got this.
What if the plan of the storm is that you die in there?
I am fairly certain it's not.
But how do you know it's a storm?
This whole thing feels like a bad idea now. We're kind of getting close to it.
We're
How
off
about
to
we just-
see the lock
Look.
gate.
Look, how we. I don't know what. I don't know why the idea of just sending one person in first became such a thing.
Are we
We can just do
organized?
what we normally do and face this together. It makes the most sense.
But
Okay.
if we all
die at the
disintegrate
same
at the
time.
same
What if
time,
we all die at the same time?
then that's fair.
Well, at least you guys will have an afterlife.
Yeah, at least we have something to look forward to. Scrimshaw's just got eternal nothingness.
Well, maybe Scrimshaw should
I mean,
go.
I mean, Gothric's got screaming, burning heads to look forward to, but you know,
Yeah.
let's have all right afterlife.
I just assumed I'd be hanging out with my sisters
Okay, so
I'll be hanging out with my men.
So as the
Yeah.
road sort of begins to branch off, you see again once before you the two obelisk-like sort of towers that are made of rock that poke out from the valley up into the locked gate. You see the mist begin to swirl out, almost like some sort of fog machine. Which doesn't exist in this world, but it's sort of like pouring smoke out. I'm just suggesting, like that's if anyone wants to make a movie of this, that's what you might want to use here. Okay.
It's like some kind of glyph of warding that has fog cloud cast on it.
Exactly. Yes, they're just everywhere. Lots of fog. But it's sort of concealing and congealing at the bottom into some sort of like weird, sort of mushy substance. That as you begin to like look further down the valley, it seems to be lining a lot of the bones and the road that is lining this area. But yeah, you are peering currently down the valley of the Lock's Gate.
What's the time?
It's you've made a quite good progress. So it's probably about sunset now. You probably got a couple of hours until you might need to go to sleep. But let's have a break here, shall we? And then we'll come back in 15 minutes.
Yes.
Okay,
Cool.
Okay.
gonna make
Can we
See you
have
back in a
another sleep here? Maybe.
You might be able to.
Might be good.
Right, there we go. Right, so we are back after our break. You have stopped just outside the lock gate as the evening begins to lower, and you see the mist beginning to sort of congeal almost. Like almost seems to solidify as it reaches the bottom of the valley and just sort of like it looks like snow is sort of lining the path a lot, but it's this sort of weird mushy substance that is quite strange.
Like when they put stuff on snow.
It's like fake
And
snow.
it makes it all weird. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's not like grit or something. No, you're not quite sure what to make out of it. You're not inside the valley yet, so you can't really inspect it very much. It does look weird though. But you wanted to make camp and spend the night just outside, or did you want to head in right away?
I think maybe we should spend the night outside and then have a little chat about what the plan is here. Because I did miss a couple sessions. So I'm
Okay.
not 100%.
We all skip in together and all die at the same time.
Everybody has a locked gate buddy that you
Everybody
hold
has a
hands
locked
with
gate
as you
buddy.
go in.
There's 5 of us.
Well,
Okay,
Okay.
so 2 people are a pair and 3 people are
That's-
free. It's not
That's fine, actually, would we rather be in there during the day or at night? I mean, I know Morna's more comfortable in the dark.
I mean, I kind of look at the locked gate. I look at the locked gate. I'm like, is it even going to be dark in there? Like, we don't know what we're gonna see.
It is
I
hard.
It doesn't
imagine
even seem locked.
if we go to the afterlife, it might just be dark there anyway. Because death is dark and cold and horrible and depressing.
Well, I don't mind going in first as long as someone can pull me back out again if I die.
What
well, if we
go in
tie
there
a bit of
and
string
vanish?
around you.
Well, maybe the I don't know.
What if it's just a portal to another plane?
Maybe it is. Is the afterlife is the afterlife another plane?
Is the afterlife even real, or is it just a concept we make up to come?
The afterlife is definitely real.
Yeah, that's where you go to drink and battle for eternity.
Or be
Idiots.
frozen forever in a totem pole while you're
Well,
perpetually burning and screaming.
yeah, maybe for you.
You'll have your own totem pole,
Look,
I
we'll
say,
all-
as I
we'll
kind
all-
of put my hand on Morden's
We-
shoulder
we'll all-
reassuringly.
We've all come this far. So, if we're going to die here, we may as well all die together.
No, that is what we
Yes.
want to avoid happening.
Well, what's-
What? We want to die alone? Is that what you're saying?
I don't want
No.
to die alone.
I'm just saying that
I'm gonna die
maybe it
alone.
is better if one of us goes in. One of us goes in. We see what happens. And I said I will do that. You know, I've got I've got ties with the afterlife, if you will.
All right. Well, if we put a bit
Um,
of rope around you, and if we feel you go limp, we'll pull you back out again.
Okay.
Okay, sure, yeah. If I disappear,
Well,
can you please all come in after me and not just leave me?
Well, no, because if you disappear, then that's probably dead.
Well, no, you don't know that.
But
could be-
Yeah, exactly.
Well-
Know that. So,
You're not going to
Okay.
leave me if I disappear, are you?
If
I
you
mean, we probably won't
vanish,
be able to get you back.
if you vanish, I'll at least try to get you back.
Morna, of course, we would never just let you go in and not go after you.
I have a passive perception 17. I'm just gonna.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, of course.
Well, I was volunteering myself because I thought it would be the best option, but now I'm not so sure the way you're talking about it.
I will at least go in after you, and hopefully we go to the same area. And if not, then it was nice knowing all of you.
I
Yeah.
will try to get you back.
Like, if how you guys kind of have a god who will or a deity who protects you and maybe stops you from going to the afterlife. Mine's kind of the opposite. So
It wants you to get
um,
there quicker.
yeah, she just really makes sure she really protects your soul. As you go to be with her. So maybe, yeah, I don't know now. At least I'll
You'll
maybe
be
get
fine.
to say hi to
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah, okay. I'm not having second thoughts. It's
No,
fine.
no, it's fine. Just go in.
Now, before
I'll
we
go in
enter,
the morning.
Before we enter, should Scrimshaw pray to a deity of the afterlife?
I think you should
Just
pick
so
one
that-
now.
Well,
In case he does actually just unexist himself.
he's been to
Yeah.
the temple and he's heard the stories. He can definitely pray to the afterlife and to, trespasser. He knows how to. So he could always just
But
do
there are
that.
several afterlives.
Well, it doesn't matter which afterlife. She still helps you get there. She just,
Well,
like a boat or like a mother carrying a child.
So, who's going in first?
Well,
I'll
you're
go in
you're
first.
camping outside at the moment.
Yeah, I thought I was going to go in, but Gothric, you can go in first if you want.
I'll go in first. If everyone's just constantly gonna be blah, 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 blah about it, I will go in there first.
Literally already said I
I
was
will
going to
be
go in
fine.
first, but whatever. I'm not going to. You can definitely go in first if that's what
I
you
will
want.
go in first.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, fine. Well, should we go to sleep first? If you can sleep, knowing that
Well,
you're
I
going to
mean,
go into death
What, we
itself
just go
tomorrow.
to sleep while he goes in? That doesn't seem like a good
No.
plan.
Well, did you want to sleep or did you want to just go in? I feel like maybe we should, sleep because potentially we're all going to die tomorrow.
Gothric sprints screaming into the gate. He doesn't.
It does seem like the safer plan. Like we don't know how long we're going to be in there.
So, sleep now?
I think so.
Okay.
Go and give us some more time before we have to rest again. Who knows what we're going to be facing there?
All right.
Could be in there
Okay.
5 minutes. We could be in there for days, weeks, months,
We could
years.
be in there
Maybe
for
it just
seconds,
takes
and
years.
then,
That's why no one's been back.
or maybe they just go to another world.
I mean, that would be a long walk back.
It would be. They'd have to go through the ocean that goes above us all.
Is this about to become an isekai?
Oh dear.
Yes, so the night is beginning to settle. The clouds are starting to come out, and from this position, you do see the mountain of the mountain around Dinas Tara fairly well, and the storm raging around it. The locked gate itself, the mist seems to be getting stronger during the night, or at least the moonlight glinting onto it is showing it up a little bit more. You occasionally staring within it, you see more faces of those people in your life that you have known and have passed.
Gothric turns away from it and he sleeps on his side, just crying.
What would people like to do this evening?
I would like to test something. Potentially, I feel that the storm might be able to lend us some assistance for this challenge tomorrow. If you may indulge me, this could be rather interesting. And Garrett hobbles up. I don't know if there's like a rock that kind of outcrops over the kind of a little bit. He just kind of stands on it.
Mhm.
And then he kind of like the kind of familiar crackle of lightning kind of takes over him, and he doesn't really need his walking stick. And he kind of holds his arms up, and he starts chanting in what would be celestial to him, I suppose. And casts Planar Ally.
Okay. Okay, so you begin to chant, looking at the storm that is raging in the distance. Begin to feel and sort of grasp the tempest itself, and sort of begin to draw your consciousness towards it, and ask as you begin to cast the 6th level spell for assistance. Almost immediately as you do so, there is a flash of lightning, not from the storm above, but directly in front of you, as it as this like large lightning bolt smashes this massive boulder, like just by the side of you all, and sort of shards of rock go shooting into the sky. There's dust everywhere. You all duck for cover, thinking you're under attack, and you begin to watch as the boulder begins to just vibrate slightly, and all the little tiny rocks that have been smashed out of it begin to coalesce into some sort of large. At first, it looks like just a large collection of bricks or rocks or whatever, and then it starts to take on quite a humanoid form. Stands about maybe 10 feet tall. There's these like very large shards of rock that form up and sort of like coalesce into large angelic wings that sort of protrude out of the back of the creature. After a little while, it's quite hard to tell the individual rocks apart, but they all sort of begin to morph together, almost in the same way Ashen does with maggots. But this being that stands about 10 foot tall with these large wings behind it, made of rock, has no face. Instead, it has just this like pure sort of crackling energy that sort of is radiating from it. And as it speaks and says, "I have been summoned," and these sort of crackles of lightning shoot out from it and begin to scatter all across the valley around you. It immediately locks its attention to you, Gira, and says, "You have summoned me from my sleep."
O mighty celestial creature, I have summoned you. The storm requires your assistance in our endeavor.
He looks up at you, sort of his quite round face just seems to stare right at you. He takes a step forward and says, "I am Quarry. What is your... What assistance do you require from me?"
We are to venture into a plane that we are not familiar with. Guide our path and fight for us so that we may reclaim and move on to carry on the will of the great storm.
The being looks around and chuckles a little bit to itself. You see like little bits of lightning shoot out from it, and it turns back to you and says, "I am of no compulsion to serve you."
Are you not a servant of the storm?
I speak more for the storm than you do.
Then you will be more than aware that currently I am on a mission from the storm. If we do not pass this test, then I shall be unable to pass and complete the will of the great primordial force.
The creature steps back and ponders for a moment and says, "You really do not remember a thing."
Gira, I guess, is taken aback a bit, and where he was trying to look strong before with the kind of energy coming out of him, it kind of cuts for a second. He doesn't really reply immediately.
He says, "We feared as much. It would be difficult to explain everything now." He turns back to you and says, It takes great energy for me to exist in this plane for a long time. I will need something done for me if I am to help you.
Of course. I guess Gira looks to the party first.
Gothric is just hiding. He's like in the fetal position, and he's just kind of shouting, "What the fuck is that thing? It's lightning and it's rocks and it's evil and He's actually been kind of screaming the whole time it's been there, just in the background, just like
Oh, God.
in the middle of an attack.
How you've made
It's
it
like,
this
"What?
far, I really don't know.
Did you not see that?"
That was pretty sick.
Yeah, but out of everything we faced, this scares you the most.
No, I have been more scared than this, but the rocks were coming right for my head.
That's a
there
good
was
thing they didn't
lightning.
hit you then.
Yes, but I needed to make sure they didn't hit me even more by being in this wonderful position where I don't get hit.
Gira can't really see what they're saying because I'm guessing the wind and everything is kind of like quite loud.
It's
at
fairly
the
loud.
moment.
Yeah.
So he's just seeing them clearly arguing and kind of not really coming to any kind of consensus. So he just kind of agrees to the demand.
Creature the being Corey says, there is no need to do it now, but it must be done. I will send further instructions soon. You have agreed. What is it you require from me?
We require you travel with us past what is, and Gira kind of motions to the locked gate. We are sent to retrieve an artifact of great power that will hopefully restore and give us a chance to defeat the subversions of the primordial forces up above, and any kind of motions to the big storm on top of Dennis-Terrell. This is an urgent task that we do not have the capabilities to fully acknowledge. The primordial forces exist beyond the mortal realm, and we will need that support.
Very well, it will be done. When are you planning on going?
When the sun rises next over this land.
I cannot be here for very long. A few hours at most.
Well, is there a way I can summon you back tomorrow?
Can you do tomorrow?
Send it
round
out.
one?
He goes, I suppose.
Does he do like one of those things where he like, holds his hands behind his back and like awkwardly turns on one of his
Yeah.
foot looking shy?
He's like,
Baka.
he's like, sure, whatever. I will go then, and you will call me back tomorrow.
Back in the morning.
It's not like I wanted to come with you anyway.
I just didn't really want to use my 6 level.
I was getting excited. I was getting excited to go on an adventure right now.
Come on, Morty. One little adventure.
Is it going to cost my level 6 spell?
No. He says he'll just return tomorrow. Whether you don't need to cast it.
Time is nothing to a elemental celestial.
Exactly right. So he goes. He just vanishes, and all the rocks just sort of fall back to the ground. The energy that has given it life participating.
I walk over to Gira. What the fuck was that thing?
Oh, it was a manifestation of the primordial forces of this world.
Sick.
What did it want?
Well, I'm not entirely sure. Did it speak in Celestial? Was it in Common?
It was speaking celestial. Actually, no. It was speaking common. Like at least everyone could understand it. It spoke mostly telepathically, in a way that sort of seemed like it was actually speaking, but it was all in your head basically.
So would we have heard it saying that it wants like us to do something for it?
Yeah.
I mean, it looked like it was made of earth, right? It was all rocks and lightning.
The creature named itself Quarry. Apparently,
Oh.
I've met this being before.
When?
Oh, I would love to know the answer
Oh.
to that question too.
Okay, so is that quarry like a rock quarry or quarry like a
Quarantine.
They are my quarry.
Isn't that both spelled the same? Anyway, the spelling.
More in like where did that name come from?
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
They named which one?
You will
Doesn't-
have
it
you will
doesn't
have to
matter.
ask him.
Right.
Yeah.
Are we gonna go to sleep? Guys?
That thing that we're going to have to do for it, I hope it's not like something awful or something that is actually going to be really terrible for anyone.
Well, it's not us. It's Kira, right? That has to do it. If it's just like, give me your life. But-
Indeed.
Hopefully, it's not that.
What if it wants one of the lodestones?
Then
Well,
what happens if we say no?
I have made a contract with the being, and I will execute my duty as best as possible.
Cool.
I'm wary of offering just undisclosed favors to.
Yeah, you could
beings.
have.
I
You
mean,
could have asked what it would have wanted first.
I mean, this is basically Gira, though, right? I mean, like, he basically does that all the time anyway. Like, the Tempest
Yeah.
Storm, whatever you want to call it, is basically saying,
Just
go
trust-
here, go
just
do
trust
that.
it.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's not... it's just like... It's like, trusting celestial beings, they know what they're talking about, it's fine.
Yeah, it's on
well,
brand.
when it comes up, bring it up so that we can actually decide if we want to help you on it or not. Because if it's something like, I don't know, destroying an entire city, I would rather not do that.
Again.
It is
Who
the
knows
way.
what it was?
This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
That's the reason they gave me Destructive Wave.
Okay, for the sake of expediency, I won't make you do watches, but if there's anything you guys want to talk about, you can talk about that. Otherwise, you can wake up the next day.
Yeah, cool. I don't have
Gonna
anything to talk
ask
about.
Roxom, if now, obviously, fingers crossed, all good, but if you die in there, and for whatever reason we're not able to bring you back to life, that is, should we leave you in there?
Yeah, I think we've had this conversation before.
Is it? Wait, so is it like some kind of? Would you oppose to being revived if you do go down?
No, you can revive me, but I mean, if I die here, then I'm dead, aren't I? I'm where I'm meant to be, so, by all means, if you can revive me, I'd rather not be dead. But, if it happens, it happens. Just leave me here.
Okay, I just thought I should ask.
No, please don't leave me here to die.
I suppose if you
Just-
die, we can always replace you with Aidmir.
That could be Alex. Alex is an ex character.
Oh, you seem weirdly happy at the thought of that, Mona.
I'm joking.
Well,
Can
we'll
I
see.
insight check Morna to see if she's joking? I'm not going to.
Anyway,
She doesn't actually want him to die.
Yeah, that was it. That was it.
Okay.
Well, yes. Please don't, just leave me.
But it will leave you.
But leave me if you can't revive me. I know it's a little confusing.
So, don't remove your permanently dead
So-
corpse, but
Yeah.
So if
yeah,
I
got it.
personally can't revive you,
No, stop! Stop it, you're just confusing him, Scrimshaw.
What are you proposing?
never mind. It was a joke in poor taste, it seems.
Right. Anyway.
All right. Well, have a good sleep. I'm just gonna go and
It's in the morning,
sit
Scrimshaw.
still and oh shit. Oh god. Time flies when you're having an existential crisis.
I was going to say, try not think about what your impending doom might be like.
Yes. Right. Okay then.
Okay, so are we
Where's,
going to attach this rope to...
I'm
who was
going first.
going in? You're going
Yeah.
first.
I'm going
Yeah,
first.
let's
Where's
get this rope.
where's that rock angel at?
There's a sudden flash of lightning, and then, in a matter of moments, stood beside you again is the 10-foot tall, quite large rock being with the sort of floating angel wings behind it, made of rock.
Hmm.
He also has brought a big ass rock sword this time.
Nice, prepared. I like it.
Nice.
Thank you.
Okay,
it was my
so-
mother's.
Is your mother, or it was your mother?
Well, it was part of her once.
Okay, cool.
Right.
So, Gothric, ready to get roped up? Buddy?
This is not how I expected to be asked this question, but sure. Go on ahead.
I'm tied a rope around Gothric's waist, I guess.
Make sure it's nice and tight. Wouldn't
Maybe
want him
I'll
getting lost.
put it around, if I know how to do such a harness, make a little harness, around his arms as well. So he's easier to pull back.
Corey turns and says, "What is it you're planning on doing?"
I'm
So-
going to charge headfirst into there, and if I die, they're going to pull me back and bring me back to life.
Does that seem
May I
wise?
ask?
No, but I'm going
No.
to do it anyway, and
We're
I'm
not.
sprinting.
We're really, really not a very wise bunch of people.
May I ask
not
you
true.
to
I am
speak with more?
sprinting.
Yes, Gira. What is
I
it
am
you're asking?
sprinting it.
Gira, what were you asking?
May I ask you to speak to Quarry with more reverence than you are currently displaying? He is, after all, a being of celestial magnitude.
I thought we were being very polite.
Oh, don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't worry,
like,
Gira.
do you want
When
us to just get on our knees and tell?
well, I have no compulsion to be here. You have agreed to do something for me, so I'm doing something for you. If you would rather I wasn't here, then perhaps I could go.
Not at all. No. No, I live to serve you.
Okay, so Corey says the fog is deadly. Stand aside, and he brings out his sword, and suddenly, like a really bright flash of light begins emanating from the sword itself. And you watch as he points it down the valley, and a big spire of light shoots out, and all the mist in this area just sort of begins to dissipate and sort of spirals away, leaving a sort of a clear path through the valley.
Oh,
Oh,
I think we should keep. I think we should keep Gothric on the rope just in case.
Guys, take the rope off me, please.
whoa, no, because you still have to walk through the gate.
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll
okay.
take you off once we know that you're safe, okay, buddy?
Right. Give me the rope. Come on, doggy. Come on.
Okay, so we're just gonna go.
I stay put.
I
and I
pull
stare
really
at
hard.
Roxanne.
What?
I stare at Roxanne. Anyone else, please? preferably someone who won't call me a dog.
Fine, I'll do it, but I'm not very strong.
Be careful, he's a wild one.
Corey, like, you guys just begin walking into the valley whilst Corey's walking alongside Gira, and he says, what is this place? I don't understand. I do not understand what this is.
It is a land known by many names. I've had a mind blank. Brielle.
But I can't remember them.
No, the region.
This is the Frostbleed Peaks.
Yeah, that's the Frostbleed Peaks. Apologies. We are in a region, the Goliath, a creature of stalwarty creatures, and kind of points towards Roxham, called the Frostbleed Peaks. We are in Orthaid, and I hope you can tell by the elemental signatures that there is a lot of instability and elemental lodestones being passed around the region.
I feel this is a place of great evil.
This place in front of us.
Yes.
Intriguing. I thank you.
Can we all hear this?
Yeah, sure. What's your marching order, by the way, in the valley as well?
I'm going in first.
And then I'm behind him because I've got him on a rope.
I'm stood next to
And then,
him and walking.
yeah,
the
I
dog.
would quite like Roxanne to be next to me so he can help pull Godfrey back.
Gira's gonna stay with kind of Quarry, but like not at the very back, probably. Like
Yeah.
I don't know where Quarry wants to be honest. Probably like at the very front, right?
Yeah, I'll chill. Yeah, I'll go. I'll go
That
behind.
sounds. I imagine you lagging behind,
then-
thinking about death.
on the carpet so that I can quickly
It's,
catch up the front.
it's a fairly wide valley, so it's not like you immediately always have to go in this order, and you can sort of have bits where you walk side by side, or single file, or triple file, or whatever. It doesn't really matter, but that's the general idea for things. Okay, so you begin walking into the valley, and you notice that the mist itself, every time it begins to get close, Corey just sends off another blast of light, and it sort of begins to disappear.
So, Quarry, you would hopefully know more about this than I do, considering you're from another plane, I think. Is that how that works? Where are you from, Quarry?
I'm from Orthaid. You saw me being created from those rocks.
You also came from the sky, so I thought like you were from like another plane that was kind of bound here by rocks. I don't know how magic works. It's very confusing.
Then
Do
you
you
are.
know if this is like? Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Then you are. If you do not know how magic works, you're unlikely to understand my answer.
Is this like a way into the afterlife, or is it just fucking with us? Would you know that?
He takes a moment to think. He sort of, as you guys are walking through the valley, he says, "I don't know. I think that is possible, but it doesn't feel good here. There is an evil force at work."
The only way into the afterlife is death, right?
Mm,
Then
I think
technically,
you need to go through a gate to get there.
Well, not necessarily.
there have always been talks of people who have managed to escape the afterlife. Why not be able to break into it?
why would you want to break into the afterlife?
To bring someone back. Which I would just like to say I vigorously disagree with. We're not doing that.
So even if it's in there, we see Vondel or Darius or Saka. Sorry, not Darius. He's not dead. but
Darius
no.
is alive.
I don't
What
think.
happened to
I mean, if we do
Darius?
see Darius, then I
I don't think we should be
No,
given a
we're
good
not
deal.
here to bring anyone back.
What if we
Right?
go in and we see Gideon?
Oh, well,
That'd be news to me.
Or
Oh.
Aaron. What if we see Aaron?
Yeah.
What if we see, I don't know,
No, people who go to the afterlife need to stay in the afterlife, guys.
Unfortunately, my dad
Well,
or my mom, who I never met before.
I've never met my parents either, and don't see me complaining about it.
Wait, hold up. Oh, hold up. So when we revive people, why aren't you pissed?
Because it takes a while. You know, it takes a while for you to get to the afterlife.
How long?
Well,
3
not with a
minutes.
revivify. They take kind of
Is it?
revivify is just forcing your soul out back into your body when it's not really been gone very long.
Okay.
Is it 10 days and 1 minute by any chance?
And by any chance, it might be.
I see. I'll bear that in mind if I die.
Right then. Well, seeing as I didn't immediately die passing a gate, can you finally get this infernal
Wait,
fucking
Have
rope
we
off
had
my
a
body?
Have we?
I think
Yeah,
we should be walking forward a bit.
you've
Yeah, we've been walking through.
you've just passed the 2 pillars.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, cool.
I think we keep the rope on you for safekeeping.
Fine, you can take it off, but
I think we wrap Roxon in it. Actually,
I'll let you off the leash for a little bit, so you can go and stretch your legs. Here you go.
Okay, so you begin to
stretching legs with buckshot in yours.
you begin
What
to
was that?
come on, guys. You begin to walk through the valley, and ahead. I just suddenly had the lyrics to "Gangster's Paradise" come through my head.
Nice.
Oh god. Okay, so
Walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
okay, so you take a look at your life. The mist itself is keeping its distance. It itself seems to. You've seen mist. Actually, who of you has seen Morna and Scrimshaw? You have seen mist like this before. You saw
was
it.
that in when we went to get the sword?
That is when you went to get the sword. You saw a similar sort of effect of this sort of like enveloping, swirling mist that seeks to envelop you and hide a lot of the secrets about what it's carrying behind it and stuff. But being kept at bay by Quarry's sword / mum, you continue down the valley for a little while. The first thing that really catches your notice after maybe about 10 minutes of walking is the sudden appearance of like bags with bodies in them, like sort of linen bags, all beginning to line up the sides of the valley. These are the bodies of people who have died and been left at the locked gate, and they just sort of line and litter the road. You don't see anyone. You don't see anyone who may have moved these here or put them here. All you can tell is that they are currently here. And on top of each of the bodies themselves, there is a stack of sort of very heavy metal, of the same kind that Naruzatar had in his chest, piled onto the bodies themselves. But some of them have it missing. So some are missing. Some bodies don't have that much on them. Some bodies have none at all. It doesn't seem like looters, because looters might have carried more away. But it is unclear what perhaps could have caused that.
Is there any?
The people
Is
that
there seemingly any difference between the body?
All right, one at a time. Sorry, Gira first.
Does it? How long does it? Can we like take out one of these linen bags and see if these like people look recently dead or like long dead?
You can inspect them if you want. It would require opening up the bags and taking a look at the bodies.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine. Yeah.
All right. So you sort of take your knife and you cut open one of the bags, and there is a body that seems very well preserved in there. You're not sure how long they've been dead. It doesn't look much older than a couple of days.
Are they a Goliath?
Yes, they are. It's a Goliath woman.
Can I try and use Raise Dead on them as a cleric spell?
I feel like you're going to be messing. I really don't want you to do that. So, I think
I
you're gonna be
also have
messing with the.
objection.
Yeah, I think that you should just leave them be.
I also, just out of principle, have objections to this.
We could potentially find out why this creature has lost its soul.
Did you want to spend the 500 gold pieces to do it?
Well, I do have 3 diamonds, so.
I see.
But
No.
I mean, I'm willing to do
No.
it.
But no, do you have
I
a
would
do you have a
check.
500 gold piece diamond rather than a 300 one?
Ooh, maybe not.
Because you probably only have revivify diamonds currently.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Okay, that's fair. Okay. I guess not.
Yeah. Yeah. Looking at them, this body does not look very old at all. You can't see any signs of. You can't really see any signs of actual preservation that's gone on, like coating the body in some sort of oil or anything, or embalming fluid.
Did that one have the metal bar on top or not?
Yes, this one did. Had a few.
I'm curious if the bars serve as some sort of offering that preserves the bodies.
Why would you want your body preserved if you're not going to use it?
Roxanne,
Roxon?
your culture.
Truly, I don't know.
Okay, cool. That was okay.
Like I
That's
said, never really
fine.
was into this side of things.
Yeah.
Was, never really my thing.
Yeah, it is quite eerie that the person in the bag looks like she could just be sleeping.
Hmm.
Could be.
Maybe she is a little poke.
I mean, it could be this mist doing it. Sorry, Quarry. You knew that the mist was harmful. Is there anything else you know about it?
It's not very natural. It seems to be coming from deeper down the valley.
So what if we go into the valley and it's not actually some spiritual thing and it's actually just created by a monster that lives off of the offerings you've been leaving these corpses?
Then my life is a lie.
Yay!
Let's go.
Well, hold on. I was just having a think. I do actually have the ability to speak with dead. I'm not technically bringing their souls back.
Okay.
Would the body know these things?
It only knows what it knew in life.
Yeah, so it wouldn't know.
Considering that they would probably have been like interred and everything. Well, not in like they would have been like wrapped up and then they had their ritual processions and then chucked in here. I assume not just dying in here immediately.
If I may be frank, I do assume we might not actually learn much. I assume it was a case of them succumbing to the mist. I mean, does it look like the bodies have does it look like they just look fine?
Yeah, look pretty.
Like,
Look,
yeah.
there's nothing
They're in
immediately.
sacks, right?
They're in sacks, which are like cloth sacks, which are tied with sort of yarn rope around the feet and arms and neck of the body, so it has that sort of like corpse in a bag look to it.
Yeah. Roxanne, is this how your people bury their or present their dead?
As far as I'm aware, yes.
Okay, cool. So it's not like someone else has been doing this or something else.
As far as I'm aware, this seems to be the way of doing it.
Yeah, this is just how you do it.
So we're here to get a sword, right?
Mm-hmm.
And before there was this mist, we were there to get a sword, right, Scrimshaw? Maybe this
Yeah.
mist just really likes cool swords.
I like cool swords.
I mean,
I don't mind a cool sword.
I'm holding the sword.
I've got a pretty cool sword.
I prefer cool guns.
Okay, this is not the way that I meant this statement to go. I'm sure we all have cool swords. I'm just saying that maybe where we went before, it was Mistrin, right? And this is, I don't know, just everywhere. I'm just thinking, you know, it's both swords, both magic swords. Hopefully it's a magic sword.
I mean, it's the only thing that could kill Ashen. According
Yeah,
to the stories, it
anything.
might be bullshit. It might be bullshit. It might not actually be able to kill Ashen. I mean, he did come back,
Yeah, it might
so
also be a
True.
different. Yeah.
so clearly it didn't kill him the first time. Shit. Does this mean that we're just going to knock him out for like a few centuries and then he's gonna come back and then someone else is gonna have to go in here, pick up the sword and kill him again?
Scrimshaw would just have to be the Ashen protector, and just have to, you know, wait by Ashen's body for
Spawn kill him.
years. Yeah.
I mean, I kind of hoped that I could not be subjected to something like that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but if it's like a few hundred years in between, then you have a few hundred years, and then just wait, like maybe around the time that he's about to come back, go a few years before then, and sit outside and just. Oh, this is, yeah. Let's just carry on.
Yeah, as you carry on down the valley, after maybe a few more minutes, you hear Quarry say, champions, ahead is the cave. And you see the valley itself begins to turn more into a sort of ravine that begins to descend further and further into the ground. And at the end, the ravine comes to sort of a craggy, sort of shallow drop to it that has like an opening, which goes into a cave, which begins to open up the further down into the cave it is. There's two at the sort of cave entrance. There's these two large iron oil sort of dishes that are on fire. You're not sure who keeps them lit, but they are lit, sort of lighting up the entrance to the cave. You do notice that there is a fair amount of this mist inside this cave, a considerable amount.
Ori, can you do your thing with your mum, please?
He just goes, I'm going to pretend like you didn't say that, and steps up to the cave entrance and shines the light through it, and it begins to scatter once more. He sort of sticks his rocky head inside and has a look around and says, I think it's clear.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Looking behind us, is the mist reforming?
Yes.
Mm.
I really hope we still have you on the way out.
It's poisonous, right?
I also hope that I'm here on the way out. I have a
Is it?
life too. I don't feel like dying.
Wait, sorry. I think I may have made a mistake here. If you die here, is that you gone?
Yes, of course. I'm immortal just like you are. I'm just an ally
I
of
thought you were
the Tempest.
Oh, I thought you were a celestial.
I mean, we're all mortal. And
Oh dear.
Oh no.
All right. Well, thank you for telling me that. I will be much more protective of your life in that case.
Before you were just going to throw you down, dude.
Well, I thought that I'm sorry. I'm ignorant to these things. I thought that if you died, you would just go back to from whence you came.
if that was possible,
Wow.
we would have just taken over the world by now, surely, or something.
I'm
Not in an evil way, just to say that would make us clearly superior to you.
How do you take
I mean,
control of a world
Hmm.
not in an evil way?
This sounds familiar.
I thought that was possible that you could, but that you just like decided either you didn't want to, or you got other bigger things going on. Like,
I mean, there's a lot of big things going on right now, trust me. But no, I'm a celestial, but I'm from this plane. I'm mortal.
Oh, sorry.
How have I met you before, Quarry? Have I been to these hills and mountains before?
He like stops and turns to you and he says, I wish you wouldn't ask that of me.
Well, I assume you knew it was going to come sooner or later.
He says, let's just say I knew you in another life.
I see. This makes sense.
Does it? Do you reincarnate?
Well, of course. We're all just in a cycle perpetually. We die, we live, we go somewhere else. We die, we go somewhere else.
I would disagree, but I guess each to their own, Kira.
Corey says, I've seen a lot in my life, but you are on the right path. We all know it. You will discover in your own time, and maybe that will be less
sorry,
likely
who's-
to hurt you in the long run.
I'm sorry, but who's? Sorry if I'm butting in here, but who's we?
We?
Yes, you refer to we all know this. It makes it sound like there's some group of you watching Gira's progress for some purpose.
Well, it's just that a lot of us have a lot invested in Gira, but it's
Again,
once
again, it's us.
I wouldn't let it go to your head. It was just how things played out all those years ago.
Was Gira not on the right path before those years ago? In his other life?
None of us were.
I sense great
sounds unsettling.
sadness. I sense a lot of sadness and despair from a time long ago, but I can't quite recall the events. I think I know what Corey refers to.
I can tell you this, and you can, but you must ask me no more of this question anymore. If you want to learn, then you are to seek out the Great Library in Kyra. Once you discover what happened there, things will start to come back to you. And then he just begins walking into the cave.
Thank you for imparting that wisdom. I shall ponder it. Well, shall we carry on? I want to do all day on my unfortunate past.
Okay, so you are going into the cave?
Sure.
Let's go.
Okay, the cave itself seems rather untouched, except for the occasional lining of body bags to the side of it. You see a couple of rats scurry past, which is quite strange, considering you believed that the mist is poisonous of some sort. It would be quite difficult for things to live here if that was the case. But a couple of rats are scurrying past into their little sort of rat holes that are occasionally to be found on the sides of the cave walls themselves. As you go further into the cave, it begins to open up and begins to enter quite a long straight line, and it almost begins to look a bit more like some sort of catacomb, where now there's bodies that line the walls as well as the floor, and these are bodies that aren't in bags. These ones are very well preserved. They still, again, look like they just died yesterday, effectively, but they are of mighty warriors. Some of them have been clearly killed in battle with large gashes across their necks and faces. Some of them are people who clearly died in their old age after a long and fulfilling life. But many of them seem to have been taken far too soon. And as you carry on walking down here, it's incredibly eerie because it almost feels like every time you take your eyes off one of them, like they could just sit up and look at you and watch you pass because they look so real and almost like you're just walking past a bunch of sleeping people. But the one thing that is clear is that these graves and these areas are very old, and whatever is keeping these people preserved is not of natural origins, as Corey points out, as he points occasionally to them and says, "There is a great evil keeping these people preserved."
But to what end?
I feel that we are to discover that soon.
Yeah, I'm concerned about what kind of plan would require the preservation of bodies en masse.
Huh. Yeah.
Roxton,
Yes.
do you happen to know any stories about what started this whole tradition of putting bodies in the locked gate?
I mean,
was
it's
there
just...
a specific holy man who specifically mentioned, "Oh, they need to go here"?
Not that I can remember.
If you remember Arnax's story, the locked gate was like a sort of area that a big meteorite landed in, and it was found to have magical properties and act as a sort of doorway to the afterlife. So that's when the worship of the locked gate began, about 500 years ago. At the same time, Ashen started for the first time, and when Ritan died, he was buried there along with his sword after he killed Ashen.
Fun fact, this was also when the Kara Concord was destroyed as well.
Yes, that's what happened, what that big fellow voice in the sky said.
And also when Scrimshaw was made at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Huh.
Maybe
Oh,
Scrimshaw is
God.
Ashen.
Busy year.
Maybe I am Rutan.
Maybe you're
This is
Ashen.
my new accent.
What is going on there?
Walking further down the cave, eventually you enter this very large clearing in the cave that is flanked by 6 statues that sort of flank this large marble doorway that has these old, it seems, Mistran runes on them. Although, does anyone speak Mistran in here?
Is that just like dwarf?
Yeah, Dwarvish, basically.
I think I do. Hang on. Languages. I speak some form of Ish. I speak Orcish, Elvish, and Common.
Okay, that's not no. Anyway, so these statues themselves line 3 on the left wall and 3 on the right, and they are statues of great warriors in the Goliath sort of history. All of them ancestors of you, Roxanne, who died in glorious battle, and were all chieftains of their own. They sort of stand guard over the doorway, as all the bodies on that line the walls are very well preserved, just with their weapons and swords, like in their hands, like as they've crossed their arms, ready to battle along in the afterlife. But the gate itself has these Mistran runes on them, and 6 big keyholes that are required to open the door.
Mona, can you do anything about these?
Oh, I can give it a go.
Listen, we'll have to go and collect the keys.
Yeah. Where are the keys?
I don't know.
Are they on the statues? There's 6 What? Do you say there's 6 statues?
There are 6
And 6
statues.
keys.
Yep.
Yeah.
This sounds like a hard puzzle.
So maybe there's.
Hmm.
You could just ask them.
Just ask them.
Well,
Is there any text that accompanies them?
Wait.
There's text on the door and there's text on the statues themselves, but it's in Mistran.
Okay, that's all I'm asking.
see, maybe it is related to the Mistran temple that we went to before, and they had this mist gestures everywhere. The mist and the sword. Is this just a thing that dwarves like to do?
Wait, is it like Mistran? Is that why it's
I
called
slap
Mistran? Because
that
they bring mist?
screenshot. I don't slap
Can anybody read this with
screenshot.
any spells or anything?
read Mistran.
Corey says, I can.
Oh,
Oh, well, that is very
Please.
handy.
please, could you tell us what it says?
It says, only the strong will see the sword, and the 6 will share the blows.
Mm,
6 will share the blows. Wait, so there's 6 of us.
Roxanne, you're pretty.
If we stand
strong.
in front of each of the statues, maybe they'll hit us.
I stand in front of
let
the
us
statues
through if
and I
we
just-
live.
And I just kind of point at my cheek. Come on, do it.
As you say that, Corey walks over to a statue and points right on like the sort of neck of the statue, where you notice there's like a bit of an indent that is suspiciously in the shape of a key.
Oh,
Hmm.
so
Oh,
can you just get it off of them, or do we need to put some steel in it and make a key?
Well,
It's just a hole. It's just a hole, right?
like he looks at it and he says, "There's definitely something in here." And he like
Shall we take
Like,
he
Have a fiddle, or you got it?
he just reaches out and just grabs it.
Sure.
As he does, he like wipes away at like the sort of the clay on the statue's neck, and pulls out this sort of long brass shiny key. And he turns back to you and says, "Well, I suppose that's one." But as he does, you begin to hear rustling on the walls, and you guys begin to watch as all the bodies, all lining the walls of the locked gate, begin to rise and stand from their positions. Right, okay, let me show you what this looks like.
uh-oh.
Oh shit!
That's Corey, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Do you guys want to?
No.
Do you guys want to just place where you were?
Yeah.
Oh, frick, get in front of me. Oh, you were in front of one of the statues, weren't you?
oh yeah. I was in front of one of the statues, telling it to hit me.
Probably just stood here.
I probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Just thinking about it.
Probably over here somewhere. Actually, no, I was talking to.
Do we have a thing for the quarry?
I think you guys are you guys are most likely.
That's it.
I think you guys are most
right,
likely gonna. If you haven't said where you are, you're most likely gonna be near the door.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, it was more that I was just talking to him. So
Yeah,
I
so
thought,
I'd probably
Yeah.
I'll just stay where I am.
Sure.
so, if you wanna
Um.
step me further away, then that's fine.
All right. Okay. So
Oh
let's
god.
hang on.
Oh shit!
Mike, did you want me to control and deal with quarry?
No, I've got it.
That's good.
All right. Do you guys want to roll some initiatives?
Dun,
No.
dun, 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 dun,
I
dun,
don't think
dun,
I
dun,
do.
dun, 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 dun,
Yeah, you
dun.
begin to watch.
Oh my god, will I ever get a good initiative roll? I always get 0. I always get 0.
Hey, I
Slow
got.
and steady wins the race, man.
Yeah.
I mean, if
26.
someone's gonna go last, you want it to be the cleric.
Yeah. Also, yeah, that's the good things for the cleric. The spellcasters should always go last, ideally, as long as they don't get murked right in the first round. Last is usually best. Anyway, so yeah, you begin to watch as all these mummies begin to rise from their position. perfectly preserved. Although you watch as obviously these mummies here have bandages on them, but the ones that are actually coming at you are just in like sort of Goliath. Actually, they just look like Goliaths, but they do walk at you slowly and without a sense of purpose, and except for to eat you, basically. All right, Gothric, what are you gonna do?
I am going to start off doing a new thing I can do.
Ooh.
I'm going to start off by kind of coming over with like this weird calmness, and the runes on my guns are gonna glow a bright purple as I kind of just cast Divine Favor, and I'm gonna, as a bonus action, and I'm gonna step out here, and I'm going to fire at this guy 3 times.
Okay. Yeah,
First
roll your
one
attacks.
with Sharpshooter. Hang on. Generosity.
Okay, first one just hits. Oh, actually, well, that's a
natural one.
oh yes, natural one. Also, it's 11 minus 5 as well, so no, that wouldn't have hit.
Can I lucky that?
You can lucky that.
Okay, I'll roll again.
Okay, that hits. So 30 damage, is it? Don't roll the damage again, it'll confuse me.
Okay.
So, yeah, so 30 for the first one.
Alright.
The 5's from the crit.
Oh,
Oh,
No.
I
Oh, wait,
believe-
is it not applied for crit?
Oh, no, yeah, no, ignore that. That shouldn't be this shouldn't be the 5.
I'm gonna roll my extra d4 from Divine Favor,
Okay, cool.
so that's an extra 2 damage. 2 radiant damage.
Fantastic.
Hang on. And then I'm going to shoot at it 2 more times. Hang on.
Okay,
Not with Sharpshooter.
okay. First one
boom,
hits, second one hits.
And boom. 13. And 8. Also.
Okay, yeah, you begin
slash
unloading
R2D.
into the mummy that is walking towards you. It's just soaking up these shots. It does look very injured afterwards. Yeah, so it does look very injured as it walks towards you, but it is still on its feet currently.
Okay. Action Surge. Do it all again.
Okay, that one
1,
hits.
2,
Roll damage first. Okay,
15.
right. This one's dead. Second one hit.
Okay.
Second one hits.
I'll say that one.
Okay.
Hang on. Slash R1d4. That's an extra 4 damage.
You need,
and
no, you
last
need to
one.
roll the damage again because you only rolled the damage for the first one that time.
Oh, right, okay, hang on.
Okay, 17 plus 4.
Okay, so that'll
21.
be.
Okay,
and
the third one.
the 6th one. 29, I imagine hits.
Yeah, 29 hits.
13 plus slash R1d4.
Okay, right, brilliant. Okay, so yeah, your second volley of shots goes on to the one near you as it still continues trudging forward. Okay, Roxanne.
I'm going to charge here
Okay,
and rage.
okay.
And I'm going to hit this one. So the usual, great weapons master, blah blah blah.
Okay, roll your attacks. That hits.
Did I get the extra D4? I can't remember.
No, that's just for his divine
Oh, was it?
favor. Okay, yeah, first one
Cool.
hits, slashes into it. Yeah, your Goliath buddies coming at you is a bit unnerving, but you slash your Goliath buddies coming towards you. That as you watch,
Yeah.
they're coming like rising from the dead and attacking you is a bit unnerving, but you manage to carry on and slash into it. Right, second attack.
Okay, yeah, on the same guy.
Okay, that hits.
Did that work?
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, so that's 24. Okay, yeah, it's still standing. It's looking very hurt though.
Okay, that's my turn.
Okay, so Quarry has one of the keys. Quarry looks at you all and says, "They keep coming all the way down all the way down." So he's going to walk over here and he's going to reach in and grab the second key.
And spawns double Vima.
And then there you go. No, you watch as these like pretty much all the mummies that line the sides of the walls have awoken at this point, all the way down the tunnel as well. All right, Scrimshaw.
Oh, good.
All right, I am going to fly on over to this statue.
Okay.
Take the key. Is that an action or object interaction?
It's an object interaction.
Okay, and
Actually, I'll say it's an action because you're actually like using the action of wiping away the clay as well that the key is behind.
okay. And I'll fly on over to here and end the turn
Okay.
there.
Halfway there, guys.
Oh, we're halfway there. Right, Morna.
Cool. I'm gonna go to this one and grab the key.
Okay, that's your action to go over there. Is there anything else you want to do?
No. Wait, yes. Hold on. 25. 20. 25. Yeah, let me go move over to here.
Okay.
Cool, that's my turn.
Right, mummies go.
Are you my mummy?
Mummy.
His sword,
Oh,
his
no.
sword has a turn on its own.
Nice. Right, okay. 20 feet, dash. Let's go here. 20 feet, 20 feet, 20 feet. 20 feet. 20 feet. 20 feet. 20 feet.
Oh god.
Right, I'm just deciding how many's going on here. Oh, that one's dead.
We're all gonna contract mummy rot and die.
Okay, so then in that case, on Quarry there's 4. So it's going to be. What is Quarry's AC? Okay, it's quite high. Hit. Oh, hit. And a hit. Sorry, just bear with me. Okay, so that's going to be that. Quarry's looking hurt.
Wait. What?
Actually, no, he's not.
Where?
No, he's not actually. I was just.
Really?
He did just take 60 points of damage. So, all right, Scrimshaw. These are four attacks on you. Okay. So,
Didn't the top two have to dash to get here?
oh yeah, those two actually did have to dash. That's right. So that's just 2. So natural 20 and a 9.
Oof, well, I think we know the outcome of those.
Okay. The natural 20 is a 26, however.
Okay.
Anyway, that's going to be 14 bludgeoning damage plus 20 necrotic.
I think the other 26 was to hit, right?
Yeah, it was 26 to hit on the
Yeah.
natural 20.
Oh, I thought that was 26 damage. I was like,
Yeah.
whoa.
I mean, it was
More than that anyway.
yeah, it was more than that. It was It was 14 bludgeoning damage and 20 necrotic, so 34 in total.
Oh,
Okay. Oof. Okay, that hurts.
Okay, Morna, a mummy attacks you with its fist, 21.
That hits.
Okay, that's 19 damage. That's 8 bludgeoning and 11 necrotic.
Okay, and it takes the frost.
Oh yeah,
attack
minus
thing, the
25.
So 19.
Yeah.
Okay.
It shatters, like all these ice shards begin to go into it. Right, Roxon, these are 3 attacks with advantage on you.
Okay.
That is going to be 23, 15, and 13.
The 15 and the 13 don't hit.
Okay, that's cool. That's going to be 11 bludgeoning, halved to 5, plus 5 necrotic damage, so that's 10 damage in total.
Okay.
Gira, 1 attack on you. That's a natural 1.
It hits.
It was a natural 1 and a natural 20, so... Alright, 3 attacks on you, Gothric. 13, 17, 22.
the last 2 hit.
Okay, so that's 20 damage for the first one, 8 bludgeoning and 12 necrotic.
I will reduce some of that for you.
You're not in range of that.
Oh, am I not? Is that
No.
30 feet? No.
You're
Oh, yeah.
in range of
Oh,
me.
it's too far away.
Yeah.
Well, you can separate.
If it's range invincible.
So did you get that? 11 bludgeoning damage and 14 necrotic, yeah? So 25 in total.
So, right, okay. Let me just.
His mummy's getting all the crits.
You guys don't need to do any maths. You just need to click on your token and type minus 25 into it, by the way. I can hear you guys counting sometimes.
Yeah, you said. It's just like I heard you say 20 earlier, so I was just like, let me just add the thing.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so that was 25 damage in total. Alright, so that is it for the mummy's turn.
Mummies.
Actually, you see a few more arrive at the top. Alright, just doing that. Sorry. Here. Okay, Gira.
Okay, Gira's gonna move to. He's gonna take the opportunity attack. Move to here.
Okay. 19.
Yep, that hits.
That is going to be 12 bludgeoning and 11 necrotic. So 23 in total.
That I will reduce for him.
Hold on, I'm trying to do it the proper way. There we go.
But,
So, cool.
I mean,
Okay, so that's just 12 in total then.
Just 12, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So what was my max? 105. I'm gonna bring it back up. Negative 12. Necessary. Okay, cool. So Gira's gonna reach in. First of all, he's gonna kind of hold his pendant thing around his neck. It's like the half key thing. And use Channel Divinity Destructive Wrath. So that means that the damage component that is lightning will be maxed on this. And then he is going to reach out and do Destructive Wave.
Okay.
So he strikes the ground, so he's all, and it kind of comes out. And says every target I choose within 30 feet must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 5d6 thunder damage. So that will be automatically the full amount, as well as 5d6 radiant damage.
Okay, so that's going to be everything around. Yeah, everything basically up to Quarry.
Yep, and including the statues. Oh, no, the statues aren't being hit, I'm guessing. So.
Yeah, they're not creatures.
No. Okay, cool. So that's Constitution saves on all this.
Okay, I'm just going to roll 1. That's a 17.
My spell save DC is 18.
Okay, so they fail.
Oh.
Alright, so just
they
tell
will
me the
take
damage.
automatically 5 times 6. So 30 thunder damage, all of them, and then 5d6 radiant damage. So should we just do one for all of them, yeah?
Yeah, 1 for all of them.
So that's 19 plus 30, so 49 damage in total. I don't know if they're like vulnerable to radiant damage because they're undead. But,
No.
Okay.
Okay, so minus 49 on all of them. Oh, did you want to do anything else, by the way? I'm just doing that.
I'll do. I can't do 2 spells in a turn. No, I think I'm good.
Okay. Gothric, what did you want to do?
I'm going. I can't really disengage.
This one's dead.
Well, I can disengage. I just can't really do many interesting things with that. What I can do, however. What do you?
Just so you know, I got the key from this one, but you didn't mark it off.
Oh yeah. Okay. Boop. Yeah, so these ones around you, by the way, as Gira's destructive wave shoots out and affects all the mummies around you, one of the ones that was attacking you died from it, and the one that was near Morna died as well, and one that was near Roxon died.
Are the 2 mummies next to me looking rather hurt?
Yeah, very hurt.
Well, they're going to need to make a con save for me as I'm casting. This is probably a terrible idea for my action, but it's worth a shot. Word of Radiance.
Word of Radiance.
Yes, it is a cantrip.
Okay,
It is an action.
What save do they have
They
to do?
need to make a DC 14 con save. DC 14 con save.
Okay, so they both rolled 14.
Then nothing happens.
Okay.
And I'm going to do a second wind.
Okay.
Hang on, let me do the thing. So it's 1d10 plus my level.
Oh, that one's dead.
Is it fighter level or overall level?
It's fighter level.
I think it's fighter level.
Okay.
Otherwise, a 1 point dip into fighter for second win might be quite actually good. Don't know.
Yeah. 18.
Okay.
Just as an FYI, all the thingies are prone.
Oh, they're all prone, are they? Okay, that's good to know.
Yep.
All the mummies?
Yep.
Ah, right, okay. Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay, Roxon.
I am going to attack the ones around me, so I'm going to go for this one first.
Mm-hmm. Actually, sorry, top of the round.
Oh.
Just a sec.
Oh.
Even so, more begin to climb out from the walls.
Good luck keeping track of which ones have the damage.
No, I'm keeping track of which ones are damaged.
From the walls, jeez.
Yeah, they're just climbing out. They've been sort of years of being buried on top of each other. Okay, right, Roxon.
Okay. Bam.
Okay, which one are you attacking?
I assumed that hit. Oh, the one that was those ones.
Okay,
This one.
cool. Yeah. That one hits, and it is dead. Yeah, its head just rolls onto the floor as you stand above it.
Okay. I'll go for the other one that was also injured by Gira, which I think is the one below me.
Okay.
Assuming that hits.
Yeah, that hits. This one is the one that was injured by Gira, but you killed it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Whichever one was the injured one, I can't remember.
Okay.
Okay. I'm getting a little bit surrounded here.
Just a tad.
I think Scrimshaw's in more of an issue.
Where are the keyholes, sorry?
On the door here.
Are they at the bottom or the top? Okay.
They're like halfway out the door. You can reach them.
We're just missing 2 so far, is that right?
Yes, so far. All right, Roxanne, are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Quarry is beginning to get a bit crowded. He's going to make a thunderous strike attack on one of these mummies. So that's going to be 12 bludgeoning damage plus 16. And it's going to knock it back 10 feet. Bonk. Knocks one of the mummies into the statue, and he's just going to tank the opportunity attacks and run over here.
It's massive lumbering.
Yeah, he just begins lumbering over. So he's going to get 3 opportunity attacks.
2, innit?
No, because
You said you knocked one of them away.
yeah, there was
Oh,
one
you
away,
already
and he's
done
got
that.
there was
Oh,
3.
sorry.
There was 3 around him.
Okay.
Right, 1, 2, 3. Hit and a hit. That's going to be 19 damage on the first hit, and 19 on the second. Okay, yeah, now he's looking at. All right, Scrimshaw.
All right, just gonna turn around, take stocks, like kind of look at Morna, look at the statue, and look at Corey's like, all right, door, and I'm gonna grab the last, the second to last key from this one.
Okay. Yeah, that's your action then.
Okay, so I believe these 4 around me are all prone, right?
They are.
All the ones within range. So I am going to fly. Take the opportunity attacks. I'm going to fly over to here.
One's a 25. The others miss.
They're all at disadvantage. Right, 'cause they're prone.
One. Yeah. Oh, sorry. One's 24, and then the others
Oh wow,
miss.
even disadvantage.
Yeah, 24 and 25.
Oh fuck. I'm going to shield.
Okay.
So they both miss.
Oh no, it was just one attack. They rolled a 24 and a 25. So
Oh wow.
that was
Damn,
with
those are
disadvantage.
high rolls.
Yeah.
Okay. I suppose it'd be metagaming to not shield still, because I'd have to do it after like one attack, wouldn't I? Really, I wouldn't. You don't generally know all the attacks in once. Yeah. I'll still shield.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
That's it
Okay.
for me.
Right. Okay. Yeah. You begin flying towards the door. Right, Mona.
I'm gonna. How dark is it in here?
Dim. I'd say it's yeah, dim light, because Corey has his light sword.
Cool. I'm gonna get the key from the last one if I can.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna shadow step over here.
Okay.
And start faffing around, kind of get them in the light locks and stuff.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. So I think you could probably, if you no, you've used a bonus action to shadow step, haven't you?
Yeah.
Okay. You could use an object. Actually, you've used your action. I'd say
Well,
yeah.
I mean, I could have just walked, but I didn't.
Yeah, style.
Wanted the style.
Okay, right, in that case, right, the mummy's turn. Right, this is dashing. Actually, let's just see who's...
Through the snow?
Huh?
Through the snow?
Dash... Oh, actually, no, these have to get up. So, 10 feet. Oh, that's still 10 feet. This is 10 feet, 10 feet, 10 feet. This is 20 feet. 20... Sorry, bear with me. Just doing this. Oh, that guy definitely died from... Actually, no, he didn't.
Oh god.
There's a lot of zombies here. Mummies. But yeah, they are making their way downtown. Right, okay, so at the end of this, actually, you can go there. Actually, no, you can't. You can go there. Right, okay, in that case, Roxanne, you have currently... Actually, this mummy's going to go here. Right, you've got 4 people around you. So 4 attacks.
Oh, the 2 on top of each other.
No.
There he is. He's on top. There's someone else there for me.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's weird. it looks like there's 4 people and then 3 bodies around you for me.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, there's 3 bodies and 3 alive tokens. That's very bizarre.
There's north, south, east, and west. Which one
Yeah.
don't you see?
North, south, east, and I don't see the west.
Oh, I don't see that one.
Oh, really?
That's weird.
There he is.
Oh. All right, first attack,
Oh,
natural
oh, okay.
20.
That hits.
Okay, that's 14 bludgeoning damage, half to 7.
Yeah.
Plus 27 necrotic damage.
Fuck.
Yeah, that was a good
Ow.
high roll. And then
would hurt.
3 more attacks. 21 to hit,
Yeah.
7 to hit, 15 to hit.
No.
Okay, so the 21 does 10 bludgeoning damage, half to 5,
Mm-hmm.
and 13 necrotic damage.
Owie.
Okay. Right, there's going to be 4 attacks on Gothric.
Okay, bring it.
That is 19 for the first attack,
Okay.
and 17, 24.
All of those hit.
Okay. Then, for the first attack, it's going to be... I'll just give you the totals.
If you
because
just tell me
yeah.
the total, yeah.
15, first one. 26 for the second.
Hang on. 26.
It's going to be 23 for the second one. Third one, sorry.
Okay.
And 25 for the third one. For the fourth one.
Alright, guys. I'm looking terrible right now.
Okay, and then
Yeah.
there's going to be 2 attacks on Corey. 1 hit, 16 damage. Alright, 1 attack on Gira. Natural 20.
Mm-hmm.
God.
So many dice being rolled, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
13 plus 11 plus 18. So 24 plus 18, 42.
What?
Yeah, 42 damage. Did I attack you, Scrimshaw, yet? I didn't, did I?
Not yet, no.
Did I take? Yeah.
Have I attacked you?
That missed.
Sure.
That misses, and Morna, 1 on Morna, is going to be a 19 to hit.
Misses.
Okay,
Just realised
right,
I
that's
could
it.
Use lucky to.
Uh,
Could have used lucky on those nat 20s on me.
All right, Gira.
I really didn't want to do this, but I think I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna break. I'm gonna have to use mass cure wounds and heal for Quarry and Gothric.
Okay.
So I'll move 30. I can move to the door. Wait, what's the range on? Hold on, I might go back in a sec. So I just want to show what the range on that is. 60 feet. Okay, that's fine. So I could use 5 targets. If I remember right with that. 6 creatures. I mean, I'll just do it on everyone. So mass cure wounds on everyone.
Okay.
Uh,
Have you
Yeah.
got... one's going to attack of opportunity you as well.
yeah, hold on. We'll go back to them.
That's 13 damage. Oh, no, 13 to hit. Does that miss? 13 misses.
13
right?
misses. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Sorry, I can I know you said in your but I just thought Channel Divinity was made them run away.
I mean,
That's dead.
I was just suggesting that is a thing if you wanted to use
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Is that's different, right? That's
Turn on Dead is a channel divinity, though.
I don't think I have.
Yeah, it's just a passive
Yeah,
cleric thing.
I don't have
All-
on my thing.
all
that's what I
clerics.
said.
Yeah.
All clerics have it.
All clerics get turn undead. They get
Right.
turn undead and then one other
Mhm.
one that's specific to the subclass.
Okay, hold on. Let me just. I don't know why. Like that's kind of silly. It's kind of really bad. Oh yeah, there's actually is turned. A creature turn must spend its turn trying to move. It just says running away. It doesn't say like. I guess that's kind of helpful though. Yeah, I think that's what I don't want to use. Can I do that, or is that kind of metagaming?
I was just giving it as an option, just so you don't forget. it. You
you're
can
right, but I
you can
think
use it
that's
if you want.
That's the better play for sure.
Sure. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Um,
So, wisdom saving throw, and it's 30 feet,
mhm.
so there's quite a few. So you need to save on an 18 or higher.
Yeah, I think I'll do it as just as a group for now.
Okay.
Is it what a wisdom save?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a 13.
Yeah, it fails.
All right, so you shoot out your divine power, and you watch immediately as all the raised Goliaths that surround you begin to sort of like stop in their tracks and just sort of begin to back off in fear. Then currently everyone no longer is currently being threatened by them. You can run down to the door.
So, like, no opportunity attacks or anything.
Yeah, I'll say they're all going to move like as far out as possible, like this.
Crawling back in their holes.
So you're not going to get harassed by them currently, but that will give you enough time to make your way to the door, and then they'll probably start coming back.
Yeah, everyone's got a turn before they have one back.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll just say that, so we don't have to do another because it's 10 past now. So you guys can all run to the door. And you all, as Quarry runs in behind you, and there's somebody there. As Quarry runs in behind you, you all manage to slot the keys in and turn them just as the zombies begin to turn around and begin to start lumbering back at you. And as you look down the tunnel, that is cast, the light is cast by Quarry's sword. You see thousands potentially of zombies now heading towards you. You open the door, the locks click, and it slams open, and whatever is within is something you're going to have to deal with compared to thousands of zombies on this end. So we'll come back next week for that.
Close the door.
Yeah, the door slams shut behind you, and you see beyond in front of you. We will go into that next week. So
Wait, I'm still behind the door.
Quarry's like, no.
Hold the door.
Hold the door.
Okay, so in that case, yeah,
Christ.
we'll go in.
It's like 70 years.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, because you're just sort of stumbling into this smoky, dusty, like now unsettled room. Yeah, all right. Thanks for coming.